Sharing good. Yep.
All right, people, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome back. Welcome back to round six. Round six of this WMMA matchup. Of course,
Round 6.
yeah. There's some
Round
competition in
6,
99.
dude.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, I'm leading this thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm 48-47 going into the 6th round. You know what I'm saying?
Man. What's up, man?
What's up, Combo?
Bro, look, I'm over here chilling tonight. I got the whole week off.
Yes, sir.
I'm in my little Airbnb. So
Oh, that
let me
man. That man took him a week off and got him an Airbnb. I feel
yeah.
that, homie. I
Hey,
feel you, dog.
look, I had work. Last week was my busy week, and then them fights too, man. That take a lot out of you.
Take a lot
Watching
out of you, yeah.
and doing videos and stuff. So I said, bro, look. So this week, look, we on the show today. I might do a few videos, but next week I'm taking off this show because it's birthday week next week.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, man, you deserve it though.
I'm off the channel next week, all week, brother.
Okay.
It's that
I'm gonna have to keep them entertained for you.
Hey, do that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Cause look, I ain't ashamed of my age, bro. Look, we kicking that 42nd off.
Ooh, I don't know nothing about them 40s, Combo. I'm sorry, dog. I don't know. I don't know nothing about them 40s, man.
Hey, look, give yourself about 10 years, you'll know.
I'm gonna get there. I'm 35. I'll be 36 this year, so I'm creeping up there.
Hey, look, take your time. Take your time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Hey, look, but look, man. Let's kick this out, man. What's going on, bro?
Bro, we got a whole lot to talk about. So listen, I'm gonna have to get my little charging block. You know what I'm saying? Because
I got mine plugged in.
Bro, we might as well strap in for a little bit, homie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, look. So, how was you feeling in the weekend, man? I was kind of hungover. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, I've been hungover all week, dude, because I've just been replaying everything in my head, man. And I haven't even got around to watch the fights again yet. That's what I was gonna do. Friday when I got off work, because I'm off this weekend coming. So I was just going to plug them up and watch them again, and just watch how, the nuances of the things that happen, you know what I'm saying? But man, they delivered again, dude. Here we go. How many times now have we said the women's MMA is delivering again,
All day.
Yeah. It's a good year for women's MMA right now.
And that's the thing. That's why I said, look, BJ, I put this out in my last video. My channel, I'm sure you feel the same way. My channel specifically is for people who love the fight.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You can have it. You can be fans of your fighters, but look,
yeah.
If you gunning for just one fighter and you cheerleading for one fighter and that's all you like, this ain't the place for you.
This ain't the place. Yeah, facts.
I always tell people that it ain't the place for you because look, we gonna tell the truth, but we also just like, hey, if this person did their work, hey, I'm giving it up to them,
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So, man, look, I mean, I don't even know where to start, bro.
I mean, we can honestly. Okay, we're gonna kick it off right. Let's start with that Jazzy fight, dog. We gotta give Jazzy her time on the show.
Definitely, I got that right. Right. Where you hold on. I didn't get one with her knocking somebody teeth out, but we got this one right here. All right,
bruh. Bruh, Jazzy Jasmine she's leveled up, dude. Like Jazzy has leveled up You know what I'm saying? Now it's time to like really give her respect, because Jasmine is, for one, Jasmine getting finishes out here. And for two, her whole game, like her whole approach and her whole game plans have changed, dude. She's not this bull fighter anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not seeing that same fighter who just ducked their head and threw wayward punches anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who wanted to stand in the pocket and be a dog. There's nothing wrong with being that, but that wasn't giving her the results that she wanted. She was winning some fights, you know what I'm saying? But this new Jazzy dude, this new Jasmine Jasudavicius, this is a new fighter, man. And we're seeing it, you know? We're seeing a new fighter. So, I mean, a new character unlocked, bro, on 1,000.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing, man. That's why I've been watching her like the past few fights. Like,
yes,
I really respect the change in her game, man. Like, you know, she really went out there and worked with, you know, Zhang Weili, I believe, like a couple camps ago.
Yep.
And, you know, like, she's doing what I've been saying, man. Fight like a long fighter and fight like a big fighter. She's finding the thing, man. So I gotta respect that. Like, she realized that she's on a clock too, because she's like 36, you know.
Yes.
But really, to me, like, she looked 28 or something, man.
Right. Like, she look. Yeah. Her body don't look old. Like, her body don't look worn. You know what I'm saying? Like, she don't like she got a whole lot of miles on her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I know you brought this up in your video, man, but like right off top, when she was putting that right hand down the pipe, I was like, oh man, I was like, Andrade ain't got no answer.
That was and Andrade. Speaking of size, dude, Andrade looked big and menacing. Did she not, dude?
She did. She looked big. She looked
big, dude. I'm like, man, this girl looked big when she fights at flyweight. You know what I'm saying? She looks the part at flyweight, man, but she just didn't know what to do, man. Because like every time Andrade entered into that space where she can, you know, because Andrade ain't got no jab, dude. I hate to say that, but she ain't really got no jab like that. You know what I'm saying? So when she get into that, if you stay out of hook range with Andrade, you can beat Andrade. If you throw straight punches at Andrade, I think the first time we saw that was the Joanna Jędrzejczyk fight. You know what I'm saying? If you fight long, you know what I'm saying, and some, you know, everybody's been trashing Aaron Blanchfield striking. You know what I'm saying? But Aaron Blanchfield stayed long in that fight. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of long punches, you know what I'm saying, straight down the pipe. No hooks, no brawling, no none of that, man. And Jasmine Jasudavicius took that blueprint, man, and she put that right hand. She snapped Andrade's head back with that right hand, dude. Like, she was landing that right hand. When she seen it, it was like she landed like 3 or 4 times. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, Jasudavicius. Then she picked her up, dude. I was like, this fight is over. When I seen her pick her up, I said, this fight is over.
I was looking at her facial expression too. Like, Andrade looks the size of a flyweight, but she looked kind of tame in there. Like, her face just looked tamer or something, man. I don't know what it was, but like, did you notice that?
She what?
She looked tame.
She just, I don't know. I think maybe, dude, I'm starting to think Andrade done lost a little bit of that fire, dude. Because this is like at flyweight, man. Like at strawweight, she go in there and box up Mackenzie Dern. You know what I'm saying? And she looks the part. You know what I'm saying? But then, like at flyweight, man, maybe strawweight is where Andrade really need to stay at. You know what I'm saying? Because these big girls throwing these big girls with this reach, dude. These girls with this reach and some sliver of technique, bro. They boxing her up, dude. They boxing Andrade up.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm late to the party, but Andrade is kind of easy to submit, bro. Like, these girls submitting Andrade left and right, dude. It's like when somebody land a choke, she don't even fight the hands. Like, she just give in to the choke, bro, and she just taps like every time.
Bro, I was just about to say, you tardy to the party on that one, because she gets submitted quick, man.
Yes.
Like, you know, that's why I just like every time she's fighting somebody big like Aaron or Jasmine, I'm like, oh yeah, when it goes to the ground, she gets submitted or, you know, TKO.
Right.
They kept giving her props for her black belt and her grappling game. I'm like, what ground game? I was like, what ground game?
What ground game? Yes.
I mean,
yes. What ground game?
What was the last choke she got? Lemos, right?
Lemos, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm like, there's nothing really to give her props on except, you know, maybe knocking people out, but she's not
knocking people out. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So for me, look, Jasmine, to me right now, we're gonna talk about the whole Valentina thing in a minute, but like
Of
as
course.
far as what she's doing, Jasmine is looking better. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I'm not gonna call her a threat because, you know, Valentina just, you know, again impressed me. But another story, Jasmine, I like what she's doing. I like that she's getting better, and she's definitely putting herself in a place to call for the winner of Barbara Blanchfield.
Yes.
You know,
yes,
I definitely think she's put herself in that position to say, "Hey, I want that winner."
And the UFC likes Jasmine too. You know what I'm saying? Like her whole like demeanor and the whole country of Canada is behind Jasmine. Like the UFC likes Jasmine. She's a smiling face. Like just like I feel like, you know, they like her the same way they like Ebos. You know what I'm saying? That kind of personality, that smiling personality. You know what I'm saying? And she just now her skill set is coming around. You know what I'm saying? Dude, her striking has looked so much better. Like she has like leaped with the striking. You know what I'm saying? Like her striking it's not the same anymore. Cause like before she was just brawling. Like if we go back and do, maybe should do like a round by round on like an old Jazzy fight. You know what I'm saying? And just look at how she used to just duck her head and brawl. You know what I'm saying? She was always good at like takedowns and stuff like that. Like she was always good at that. But on the feet, dude, like she was taking more damage than what she now we see that she could have been taking. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was taking way more damage than she should have been taking. Because now that her striking has come around, dude, I seen a little bit of footwork from Jazzy. I seen some footwork. I was like, okay. See some footwork, man. Then them punches started coming. She always kept something in Andrade's face. Andrade was constantly trying to duck and dodge punches. Like she never even hit Jazzy.
No,
you know.
Yeah, she didn't even get. She couldn't even get in. She couldn't get in there. She couldn't even.
Jazzy came out of that fight 100% unscathed. She could have turned around and fought somebody else that night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? like, I mean, dude, that's crazy. She could have turned around and fought somebody else that night. But I mean, who leaves an Andrade fight unscathed like that? Even Aaron Blanchfield got clobbered a couple times in that Andrade fight. You know what I'm saying? Even Blanchfield even young Jacek got hit. You know what I'm saying? But not Jazzy.
That tell you something though, man. That you know, Andrade, man, like even though she was coming in 6 years younger than Jasmine, she was looking older, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like
you think so?
She was moving old in there. Like she want to make it to 40 fights in the UFC, but if she keep up this pace, I don't think she can do it, man. She gonna have to, like you said, go back down to 115. But even then, like, if she goes down to 115, there's gonna be some girls that's coming up that might beat her, man. Like, honestly, man, if Jillian watch out for that power, Jillian might get something off on her. You know? So she got.
And Jillian ain't afraid. Like, dude, Jillian is not. She's not afraid to. She ain't afraid to come in on these strikers, on these dangerous strikers, bro. Like, she ain't afraid to, you know what I'm saying, throw a couple punches in there with these strikers and to get to where she got to go. So, yeah, like Andrade, you know, maybe time has passed Andrade. You know what I'm saying? But then again, you know, we said that last time. And then she come out and tuned up Mackenzie Dern like that. You know what I'm saying? But Mackenzie Dern gave it to her, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Mackenzie Dern kind of gave it to her. So, I mean, it is what it is. But, yeah, man, like Andrade, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think, man, see, that's why they messed this whole thing up. I think her and Rose should have fought a third fight and just either called it a day from there. But that should have been the fight to make if they want to fight at 125. Even her fight don't really make sense. You know, Rose versus Miranda. I would have rather seen Miranda and Tracy Cortez or like Casey O'Neill or something. But they're kind of going off with them two. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get that. But yeah, I like Jasmine in an Aaron Macy fight. Yeah. I was looking at the comments. Paul said if Aaron wins, but Macy, I think that's that selfie talking. Paul want her to move on for a title shot, right?
He wants who? Aaron or Macy?
He want Macy, I guess, for that title shot if she beat Aaron.
He said Macy should be number 2 contender behind Natalya. Macy getting finished. Even okay. If it's Aaron, if Macy wins, that's different because Macy actually has a good win streak.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, she does have a good win streak, but there's some asterisks on that win streak, though. I mean, I have to, as a Macy fan, a Macy supporter, I have to say there's some asterisks on that win streak. And Combo brought that to my attention. He'd been telling me that for a long time, and I've been ignoring him. But it is what it is.
Hey, we was watching that round by round with Chikagan. Chikagan reminded you, right?
Yeah, Chuk reminded me, bro, because Chuk was, I don't know, dude. I think Chuk might have won that one.
Yeah.
I think Chuk might have won that one, dude. Ooh, but it is what it is.
Dang. Okay. Well, somebody else? No, it was G Frank. I think G Frank said he think. I saw him comment one day. I think it was on the resume video. He said that he think Andrea Lee had won over Macy too.
I mean, if you want to be honest, the controversial fights are Andrea Lee, Miranda Maverick, and that Chookagian fight. Those are kind of controversial fights. I mean, and it.
I'm sorry, Paul. I'm sorry, Paul.
I mean, it is, man, and I'm a Macy guy, man. Like Macy earned my respect. You know what I'm saying? A couple fights ago, man. But still, man, it is what it is. Those were some razor thin close fights.
There goes my selfie chances, right, Paul?
Let me see. What'd he say?
No, I'm just saying because we were saying her resume questionable.
Oh yeah, it's questionable. It's questionable for sure.
Hey, it's all good though.
It's all good.
It's all good, man. So, what you think, man? How many more times Andrade got?
I say Andrade probably got 2, maybe 3. But at flyweight, they're gonna start feeding her though. They're gonna start feeding her the girls who gonna probably beat her. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're probably gonna feed her to if Maverick beat Rose, they'll probably give her Maverick, or it could be O'Neal on the return, or somebody like girls that can probably piece her up and beat her. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, dude. I don't know. Her best bet is not to fight at flyweight. Yeah. Like her best bet is to go stay down at strawweight, where you know what I'm saying those punches mean a little bit more. Because I don't feel like her. I feel like her threat level is lower at flyweight.
Definitely.
Yes. Like those big girls know how to beat her at flyweight. Strawweight, it's a little bit more even of a matchup. The power, these girls ain't hitting her with. For one, these girls ain't as strong when it comes to getting close, trying to take her down. For two, those girls don't hit as hard at 115 pounds as they do at flyweight. You know what I'm saying? And we don't talk about Jasmine, as a knockout artist, but if Jasmine being her size, you know what I'm saying? If Jasmine sit down on something, it's gonna mean something more than what most of those strawweights can give. You know what I'm saying? So, that's how I look at it, at least. And we saw, when Jasmine sit down on the punch, Jasmine can sting you. Like if she'd have landed a few more of those, like I don't know, dude. Like I don't know.
Yeah, she learning. Like it's really coming down to her learning how to punch right, and I think she's doing that. So the more she learns and the more they turn over right, she's gonna hurt some girls.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, B. Look, let's jump to this next fight. But the question I have for you, let's hold off on that.
Okay.
We talk about both ladies. Till we talk about both of these next ladies. But,
yes. Okay.
Silva and Grasso, man, like this one pretty much went the way I felt it was going to go. I wanted it to be more competitive. Like I did call like a 29-28, but man, 30-27.
30-27.
Sometimes
30-27, dude.
I hate like when my gut is right, because my gut was right on this fight in the co-main. I was just going for you're not going for my girl Manon, but
yeah,
you know what it is, man. Like,
yeah,
your gut be like, you know what this girl gonna do, and
right.
I don't know if Grasso's gonna catch up, and it showed big time, man. Like Grasso, being your girl, like what was your reaction to her approach in this fight?
See, I felt like Grasso was being Grasso. You know what I'm saying? Like Grasso was being Grasso. You know what I'm saying? That's how Grasso fights. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Natalia Silva's style, however, was just a bad. It was a bad matchup. Like it was a bad style match. Styles make fights, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like if Natalia Silva was more of like a stationary fighter, you know what I'm saying? It would have been different. And I think that's what Grasso was kind of hoping on, that she would kind of slow down as the fight went on, which is why I think this fight should have been 5 rounds. You know what I'm saying? It should have been 5 rounds. Everybody's saying Natalia should fight for the title. Natalia hasn't fought a 5-round fight. We've seen what happened to the last girl who never fought a 5-round fight, Tatiana Suarez. You know what I'm saying? So we saw what happened to that, thrusting a girl like that into a title shot that's never fought 5 rounds. It never had a main event or nothing like that. I don't want the same fate to happen for anybody, any fighter fight, that's up that high in the division, and that's why I feel like this. I feel like they got robbed of a 5-round fight. That should have been 5 rounds, but Grasso just never could catch her. Like Grasso's lack of footwork and her being so planted to the canvas, flat-footed the way she is, not throwing any kicks, man. You know what I'm saying? Like just, it was disappointing to see Grasso lose like that. You know what I'm saying? To see her be frustrated, you know what I'm saying? And she landed, so, she started pumping a double and triple jab, and that was working for her, man. But she just wouldn't commit to anything after that. You know what I'm saying? It was just the jabs, and that was really it, man. And all the talk we say about Grasso's speed, that speed doesn't mean anything if you don't have any footwork. You know what I'm saying? Because as we could see, when Grasso was coming in to try to land a big shot on Natalia Silva, man, Natalia Silva was halfway across the octagon by the time that punch got swung. Right. You know what I'm saying? And real quick, Combo, when I made my post-fight video, I got some backlash. Stamina MC, what's up, my friend? I'm glad you came into the comment section, because I got some backlash from my dude. He took my take on it as weird. You know what I'm saying? And then some other people left some comments, saying something about how I perceived it. But I wasn't ragging on
what was your let me ask you this, because I listened to it, and I was gonna respond as far as like tonight, I started doing a video to ask you about it, but I saw Stamina's comment too, but like, what was your whole take from Natalia Silva in a nutshell? Like, what do you feel about her that got the backlash?
This is what I was trying to say. Maybe it didn't come across the best in the post-fight video that I made, but what I said was, she just did this, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I was saying. If that works for her, then that works for Natalia Silva. Listen, guys, I can't help the way I come away from a fight feeling. You know what I'm saying? I can't help the way, that I come to, you know what I'm saying? That's why, like, my channel is what it is, because that's why I do post-fight videos right after the fight, so you can catch my initial, you know what I'm saying, reaction to what just happened 5 minutes before I made the video. You know what I'm saying? And it just felt like, she did the same thing that she normally does. You know what I'm saying? She used a lot of lateral movement, a lot of in and out movement. And it doesn't make for the most exciting fight. It does. To me, it does. It doesn't make for the most exciting fight, but it's a bad matchup for a lot of these girls. Just like Katlyn Chookagian. People say that about Chookagian. Chookagian's a boring fighter. So what? She styled on your favorite fighter, probably. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm not asking Chookagian to do anything different. You know what I'm saying? Because it's done won her so many fights. Same thing with Natalia. The style is not very aesthetically pleasing to me, but that doesn't mean that it's not effective and it doesn't work and that it's not going to get her to a championship. I wasn't saying she shouldn't fight for the belt or shouldn't be the #1 contender now or something like that. I wasn't saying that. What I was saying was, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, it's boring to watch to me, you know what I'm saying, but it's working for her. It's not Natalia Silva's fault that Alexa Grasso is a flat-footed fighter with no footwork, who doesn't throw any kicks, yada, yada, yada. That's not Natalia Silva's fault. Natalia Silva they should know what to expect coming into a fight with Natalia Silva, and know that she's going to skiddy around the octagon like that and throw punches in and out real quick, kicks and shit like that. People already know that. So that's what I was really trying to say. You know, I wasn't saying anything bad about Natalia Silva. I was saying that maybe that style may not work on everybody. Like it may not work on an Aaron Blanchfield, somebody who's pursuing you to close the distance is different. Grasso wasn't pursuing her to close the distance. Grasso was pursuing her to try to land a punch. That's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, many of those times that Alexa Grasso did actually get close to Natalia Silva, somebody like Aaron Blanchfield is going to try to grab her. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't think it's going to work against everybody, but it works for it's got her to the number one spot. So what can I say?
Okay, I don't see, Aubrey, look, BJ, you know I know you. That's why it's like
right
to each their own. And
right.
I know, I'm the striking fan, and you the
yes
wrestling fan. So
right.
When you say it's not pleasing to you, but it's working, I get you. Like,
yes,
to me, that's understandable. Like, I didn't find that as like, okay, I don't understand that. That's weird. No, like, it makes sense to me because I see what Chikagian was doing at the time, and I see what Silva's doing now. Like, what they do works, right?
Right.
Now, outside of excitement, of course, Silva to me is more exciting. But really, when it comes home, when you hit it home, like, they're just doing like they're special. They're special.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
But with me bringing up special, let me ask you this though, man. Like, because I'm gonna bring something up about the next young lady we're gonna talk about. But
okay.
I'm gonna refer to Natalia with this one. Now, do you think Natalia Silva on her come up, do you think she should have been doing some other things or just doing what
yes. Yeah, thank you, Combo. Now you're diving deeper into what I was trying to say. The deeper underlying message of what I was really saying.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to see more dimensions from Natalia Silva. I don't want to just see her doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see her doing something more than that, because every single fight we've seen Natalia Silva do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? How does Natalia Silva look with Aaron Blanchfield on top of her? How does Natalia Silva look with Valentina Shevchenko on top of her? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what that's the message I'm trying to say. Like, I want to see more from her instead of, and she's doing the same thing and it's working. I'm not asking her to do anything different, but I would like to see her show us that she can survive in those type of situations. You know what I'm saying? She forced Jasmine to strike with her. You know what I'm saying? Jasmine didn't get the takedowns and the top control and stuff like she wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but it's, you got people that's more pursuing and more aggressive with their style, like Blanchfield. I'm gonna keep saying Blanchfield because Blanchfield been getting a lot of disrespect here lately. So I'm gonna keep saying the name Aaron Blanchfield so y'all know. But people like that, you know what I'm saying, coming after her we're gonna have to see a different game. And I don't want you, Natalia Silva, you got people saying the Silva train in the comments. In the comments of this video, you got Stamina referring to her as a once in a generation talent, stuff like that.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Like you saying stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Then this girl get mauled up by Valentina Shevchenko or submitted in the first round by Aaron Blanchfield. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, before, let's see some more from her before we call her a champion.
Right. Like, it's, oh man, like the more and more I just watch the fight game, man, like I can watch these fighters as fans, but like the more and more I just see the rankings and like how they change, like my mind keeps changing more to like a trainer, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
And my trainer mind, it's just like, I definitely see her getting the title shot, okay? But before I can say like she's a phenom or something like that, I'm like, phenom comes after you take the belt, what you do. But like, until you got that strap, that's when I'm gonna say, oh, this is it. This is it. But right now, she's in my threat list. Threat list means you're a threat to the champion.
Yes.
What happened on the co-main event? That's all I'm gonna say, man.
Right. Two Beast opening up that can, like, Combo, you know what I'm saying? I know this is our mashup, but Two Beast trying to spark a debate here. Two Beast says, Khabib never switched up anything. That is not true. That's not true. Khabib's striking from his earlier fights was atrocious. You know what I'm saying? It was the worst striking I'd ever seen. And you know what I'm saying? But Khabib striking at the end of his career is night and day compared to what it was at the beginning of his UFC run. Like, that dude was in there striking with Dustin Poirier. That dude was in there striking with Justin Gaethje. That dude was in there striking with Conor McGregor. Like, no.
Okay, yeah, okay, stamina. Like, okay, if that's what you mean, stamina, that's more along the lines of what I was saying too. Like, she's unique. Okay, like, you mean like she's not? Yeah, like, he ain't trying. Stamina saying that she's unique, because I do believe that. Like I said, like, her style is something nobody's ever seen before.
Yes,
definitely.
Yes. Okay. Absolutely. Yes.
But okay, Easy said, man, I want that link. Listen, look. How you feel about link tonight? I mean, we still got some stuff to talk about.
We got to get past our stuff, and then we'll open up some links.
Right.
Yeah.
And I want to say this too. Look, I say it's important to see another dimension or two, because you're going to need it.
Yes.
I don't want to bring it up now. I'm gonna wait till we talk about my girl. I got some stuff to say about it, but I'm just saying, look, it's just like this. Look, Natalia Silva, and I'm not questioning like if she could win. She could win the belt, but my thing is, like, I understand where you're coming from, because sometimes it's important to test different things in an actual fight than it is.
Right.
The gym is different than the actual fight, because look, even though the first crop of girls that Valentina beat weren't like the most dangerous, because they're, that's Valentina, but Valentina fought them in different ways.
Ways, yes.
She was that type of girl. Like, she said, I'm gonna use this in this fight. I want to use this in this fight.
Right.
Like, I want to prove that I'm a mixed martial. I'm not the best striker. I'm a complete fighter. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And when I saw what she did, which we'll talk about in a minute, my thing is like, the Bullets, just her and Weili, they are showing something. Like, they are just showing why this game is called mixed martial arts, man.
Yep. Yeah. They fighting like champion. Juliana Pena, throw Pena in there too. You know what I'm saying? Pena showing that I know you're gonna say, well, Pena ain't defended a belt. But Pena showing that well-rounded skill set though. You know what I'm saying? Like, 5 or 6 years ago, people wasn't expecting Juliana Pena. When she fought Valentina, the Juliana Pena that fought Valentina had no striking. Now, I will go far enough to say that, like, she wanted no part of Valentina at space. That's why she kept closing that distance. But yes, Zhang Weili and Valentina are the blueprints right now. And Valentina is back to doing what she was doing before, forcing the division to level up. You know what I'm saying? Like, because she's looking almost better than ever. You know what I'm saying? And now you got girls like Natalia Silva, you know what I'm saying, coming up. You got people like Jazzy, you know what I'm saying, pushing through, and it is what it is.
Oh, like Paul said, Natalia's already made massive changes and improvements from her early fight. So it's not that she's never changed. No, she has changed, like, no doubt. Like, she's got a black belt in BJJ and everything, but we want to see you want to see something different in a different fight. That's what I think BJ wants to say too. Like, and right. I wouldn't mind seeing like a little something different where, like, if she had Andrade in certain positions, go ahead and submit her. You know what I mean? Go ahead and
right.
Girl, get her out of there sometimes, because you're gonna have to come in there with that mindset to kill when you fight Valentina. That's a different story, but still, I'm just saying, like, you can't play keep away all day with certain fighters. I'm just saying. But hold on, let me fix this little screen here. But yeah, that's all I'm saying is she has changed, no doubt. Like, she hasn't lost since that last fight against Marina Rodriguez. I think that's what it was. Yeah, Marina Rodriguez. But yeah, sometimes you just want to see a little something different. And I agree with you, BJ. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing, that's why I think also, and I'm going to get backlash for this. That's why I also think, Combo, and don't take me the wrong way, but the winner of Aaron Blanchfield and Macy Barber, to me, are more ready to fight for the title. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said, what makes this Grasso Natalya fight more important than this Aaron and Macy fight? The Aaron and Macy winner is the real person that should be fighting for the title. They've shown more well-rounded skill set than Natalya Silva. You know what I'm saying? And yes, Natalya Silva is this, and yes, Natalya Silva is that. But we can't say that those two girls haven't shown a much better well-rounded skill set than Natalya Silva.
Okay, look, I'm agreeing. I'm disagreeing with you with that with BJ.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm laughing at Stanley because he said backlash.
Hey, that's fine. No. Hey, I love backlash. That's okay.
That's why he no filter. That's why he no filter.
2B said agreed. What? 2B's?
He did.
See, there's Gary. BJ is a hater. What am I hating? I'm not hating on the time. So you're telling me. So riddle me this, people. People who think I'm hating on Natalya Silva. I'm not hating on Natalya Silva, guys. Who's the more well-rounded fighter, Erin Blanchfield or Natalya Silva? Let's see. Let's separate the fan from facts. If I can separate fan from facts, y'all can separate fan from facts. I'm the biggest fanboy on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm the biggest fanboy on YouTube.
I'm gonna just say this.
Who is the more? Go ahead, Combo.
I personally think Silva's done enough to win the belt by using her style, but I've seen Erin try to utilize different things, if that's just what you mean. To me, she tries to utilize some different things, but that doesn't really mean she's ready for this title shot to me. Like, Natalya, to me, has fed her style and took it all the way there. So I think that earned her a title shot, because she's in the same boat as Erin. Remember when Erin got 7 in a row? Or she got 6 in a row, and she was supposed to fight Manon and beat her, but she lost. So that's the only thing that stopped her. But I think Natalya deserves to do the same thing that these other girls did that went 6-0, like Manon did, like Erin got her shot against, Manon again. But I think that Natalya, whether you feel like they're well-rounded or not, she's earned that spot. Erin kind of has to climb back and get it, because Erin may have shown she's well-rounded, but there's still some holes in her game. That's why she has to come back and rework, right?
Yeah. But the 5-round thing too, dog. Erin got the 5-round experience.
She do, but at this point, man, that's still like kind of cutting though, man. Like Natalya, that's the UFC's fault. Like Natalya still deserves the title shot. That's just got to be something that they have to petition about. Like, hey, every title eliminator's got to be 5-round fight. But
if Erin go out here and finish Macy deep in the 5th round, Erin Blanchfield goes out here and finishes Macy Barber in the 5th round.
You trying to add some spice to it?
I'm just, but that's possible. What I've already said is what it is. This is possible. This fight is going to end in a finish. Erin Blanchfield and Macy Barber is going to end in a finish. I believe it's going to end in a finish, because these girls are coming in to kill each other, dude.
Okay, but still, like, if she finishes Macy, who we just said has kind of a suspect record, you think she deserves another title? I mean, you think she deserves to jump ahead when she lost that Manon Fior fight?
I mean, she lost that Manon fight, but she beat Rose. She came back and beat a former champion. And then, Erin beat a former champion.
Okay, yeah, let's say she does. Okay, let's say she does beat Macy. So that is enough to warrant past the other girl who just won 7 clean fights in a row.
I mean,
and remember, Grasso's number one contender. Grasso's number one contender.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Right.
Yeah,
I mean, you're right though. I mean, a win over Alexa Grasso, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. But to me, it doesn't change. By all means, no matter how that fight goes, how that fight plays out, I still think they'll give the title shot to Natalya. But that doesn't keep my mind from saying and from wondering and thinking that that Erin Blanchfield would still be more ready she would be more ready for Valentina Shevchenko. You know what I'm saying? I just think she would be. I think Aaron's skill set would be more ready to fight Valentina than that. Because I don't think Natalia. I don't think
Saturday. I'm about to go in on that because I'm saving it for that because
I don't think Natalia Silva has that killer instinct like Macy, but like Aaron Blanchfield though. Okay. I don't think she has that killer instinct.
You don't think like it's even more? You don't think she? What? Let me compare it to Grasso. Like you think Grasso has killer instinct over
to an extent? She does, but Grasso is easily shaken.
Like, what about Natalia Silva's skill set though? Like, you don't think it balances out like how she's throwing these hard kicks and setting them up beautifully, man? Like, that's one thing I wanted to say too, man. Like, had this been a 5-round fight, I think Natalia probably would have knocked Grasso out, man. Because did you see how she was throwing them head kicks?
Oh yeah. And Grasso was walking right into him. Yep, she was walking right into him.
Yeah, she was like a left head kick, left hook, and Grasso was like bang, bang, taking them things.
Yeah,
and like into that third round, I was like, this girl is rattled, man. So have been like, and look, going to this too, like the way she was setting them up, that could be dangerous for Valentina, you know. So it might not have to be all about like her just having to go in there and kill. Like she might try to go in there and set something up with her speed. So. Regardless of what we say, she ain't got killer instinct. She's earned her shot, though, right? We gotta give her that, man. We got to. She's 7-0 now.
I don't think with me, it's not. You're asking me like about her skill set. You know what I'm saying? Like you're asking me about the skill set. It's not the skill set that I'm talking about. It's like the intangibles that I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know how Natalia Silva responds to adversity. We don't know how Natalia Silva looks over 5 rounds. We don't know what happens when Natalia Silva hits the mat. Like it's a lot of intangibles there. You know what I'm saying? That's the part of what I'm talking about. I'm not doubting her skill set. Okay. I don't think that I don't even think her skill set would even be that. I don't think it would. I think she would have to do more than what she does to beat Valentina Shevchenko. For one, let me just throw that out there. Go ahead.
I kind of misjudged Grasso. Remember, I thought she didn't have the killer instinct because she never finished anybody. But then look, she proved me wrong by finishing Valentina. So it could be there. It just has to be like your intangibles against Valentina. It's going to be on a whole nother level. Like to me,
no. That's still not what I'm saying. No, what I'm saying is she would be more ready. I think that Erin Blanchfield would be more ready to go. She would have a better chance because she could deal with she can deal with the pressure better because it doesn't really. We don't know how Natalia deals with being like she hasn't even been a main event yet. Manon and Aaron were a main event. You know what I'm saying? Like she hasn't dealt with that before. Look how all of that affected Tatiana Suarez. The best example that I could use. You know what I'm saying? We thought Tatiana Suarez was ready. Never had a main event, never fought 5 rounds. You know what I'm saying? So
Grasso look at how all main event too, right? Grasso
had a main event. So look at how that affects the fighters when they get put into that situation. You know what I'm saying? Is Natalia Silva going to be that confident standing in front of Valentina Shevchenko? Is Natalia Silva going to be able to, how does her cardio hold up in the 4th and the 5th rounds? All those questions have been answered about Erin Blanchfield. Erin Blanchfield has checked all those boxes. She knows the pressure doesn't get to Erin Blanchfield. You got to finish her or she's going to keep coming after you. You know what I'm saying? Her cardio never slows down. Those questions have been answered about Blanchfield. That's why I'm saying she is the one that's more. I'm talking about fighter to fighter. Fighter to fighter, if Erin Blanchfield goes here and finishes Macy Barber, and you stand Natalia Silva and Erin Blanchfield next to each other and ask me to pick which one do I think is more ready to fight Valentina Shevchenko, I'm going to choose Erin Blanchfield.
You choosing Erin Blanchfield? Okay.
I'm gonna choose Erin Blanchfield. It has nothing to do with their skill sets. It has to do with the type of fighter they are and what they have, what their time in the UFC has learned them. Erin Blanchfield has dealt with the adversity when she fought Manon Fiorot and it didn't go her way. She's dealt with that. You know what I'm saying? Natalia has not dealt with that. Tatiana Suarez had never dealt with that. I'm just making the comparisons based off of, you got to be kind of battle tested to go in here and slay a beast.
You just saying like her mindset is more ready. Like if you offer her the title,
yes,
shot, like yes, and you think that would make her performance translate better though, because you could be ready, but like when you don't come to perform, like that's the thing. Like you got to have both in there. You got to have the skills and that heart and that grit to say, yeah, I'm ready.
I don't take anything away from Erin Blanchfield's skills. Erin Blanchfield is a well-rounded top-level fighter.
I definitely don't either, like on the level she's on. But when I'm talking like fighting Valentina, and again, from what we've seen her look like as far as beating Grasso in the third fight and now beating Manon, like you got to be ready. Like you got to be ready.
Yes, you got to be ready.
You can't just answer the call and say, "Oh, I'm ready to fight." Okay, you can show up, but are you ready to win? That's my thing. I'm looking for somebody that wants to win. Not just show up and get a paycheck or just say, "Oh, I went 5 with Valentina." My thing is, hey, can you win? I think Alexa Grasso truly believe like I can win, and I think Natalia Silva's mindset too is like I can win. She might not come off as like, as cold-blooded as Erin, or like, oh, like she can't deal with the pressure, but I think Natalia Silva was like, oh yeah, I'm ready. Like, especially what she said at the press conference, she was basically saying like she's got something for Valentina, not in them words, but she was like, hey, I'm ready to show her something. So to me, that sounds like somebody that's ready.
I'm not doubting that Natalia Silva is ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doubting that Natalia Silva could walk in there and beat Valentina Shevchenko tomorrow. I just think that Erin Blanchfield is the one, with a win over Macy Barber and her last win being over Rose Namajunas, and beating Jessica Andrade and beating Tyler Santos, you know what I'm saying? Having that kind of experience, you know what I'm saying, in the 5-round experience and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If they had tool belts on, if they both had tool belts on, Erin Blanchfield would have more tools in her belt to be ready. It's more, fighting for the title is more than just stepping into the octagon. You know what I'm saying? Her tool belt would be full of more things than Natalia Silva's. That's all I'm saying. Because we've seen more from Erin Blanchfield than we've seen from Natalia Silva. You know what I'm saying? It's just as black and white as that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doubting either one of their skills. We're talking about fighters within the top 5. When you're talking about fighters in the top 5, anybody can go. You know what I'm saying? It's anybody's game. You know what I'm saying? Especially the most dangerous top 5 that the flyweight division has seen ever right now. So
I will say this though. You might get your wish though, because there's another fight that's on Valentina's mind right now, and with Natalia Silva being younger than like Manon too, like
right,
it wouldn't hurt to get another fight. Like, see, I was wanting to see Manon get her shot because she was older, and I was like, all right, this girl, she deserves a shot. She done her thing.
Yeah.
But Natalia, like, when we got another super fight that could happen, she could wind up fighting another fight, so you could get your wish. We
could see Erin Blanchfield versus Natalia Silva.
You could, because I saw the interview. I saw a little bit of that interview where she was talking about Weili, and she said like, I'm down to fight the winner of Grasso Silva. So I was like, oh, okay. So even her, she want to get another fight. Like, she didn't necessarily say I want to fight the winner of Manon Valentina off top. She was like, I'll fight Grasso Silva if I got to. The winner if I got to. So of
Barber. Who said? Oh, you think Valentina said that? Oh, no, Erin said that. Erin said that. Okay, yeah.
Once she gets by Macy Barber, she was like, I'll gladly fight the winner of Grasso Silva.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I'm with that too.
That might happen in a 5-round
that
fight.
might happen. Yes, that might happen because if they make the Weili fight, I mean, and to be honest, Combo, let's be 100%. Now is the prime time to make Shevchenko versus Weili because Weili just slayed her threat.
Yes.
And Valentina just slayed her threat. They both just defended their titles. You know what I'm saying? Against what was perceived to be the biggest threats to each of their belts. Yes. And they both defended.
Is that a segue? Is that a segue into the next fight? Then?
That's a segue into the next fight, my dog. Let's get to it. Yes, sir.
All right. You want me to kick this one off?
Kick it off, my dog.
All right. Look. Okay. So, like I said, I was not shocked. I was not shocked at all. I was not shocked. I had to tell you, like, I was not shocked at all. And my thing is, look, everything I called in my keys to victory for both of these fighters, you see Valentina do a lot of it because it's okay. I've been watching them long enough to say, okay, this is what this person needs to do, and what this person needs to do, you know. And I've seen Valentina, like, when she rises to the occasion, and even though she likes to call herself a complete fighter, she is still not one to just go in there and just you want to go in there and purely strike with, okay? Like that doesn't give you the right? Okay, look, as a Manon fan, and wanting to see her get her victory, I didn't even say that. I was like, no, this can't be your fight where you go in there. That's why even like when she was trying to match Chikagan and Rose in the past, I was like, okay, you want to show you the best striker, but my thing is like you need to be showing who's the best fighter. There's a difference, I love a striker, but this is MMA. Like even I know that. I'm like, all right, Manon's like, I want to prove I'm the best striker against Chikagan. That's why I did that. I want to prove I'm the best striker against Rose. That's why I beat her at strike.
Right.
Now you want to do that against Valentina? First off, if I was in her corner, I'd be like, no, we ain't doing that. You got to prove you the biggest, strongest monster in there. And that's what they should have trained her for. But the thing is, it's like I was saying earlier, that's why I was bringing Natalia Silva up. Like, in my opinion, they didn't do enough of that in their past fights. They didn't do that enough in the actual fight, to kind of monster girls around and you got their side.
Yeah.
She wasn't like, she's a strong woman. Manon is a strong woman, but she was not fighting like a big, strong woman in all her fights, And had she maybe done that a little bit more in her fights, you wouldn't have just seen like little shades. You probably would have saw maybe a close victory or, Valentina struggle to get a victory or Manon get a victory, And you see little shades of that here and there. But what screwed all of that up is the fact that she wanted to strike with Valentina from the outside. And that's the number one thing I said, look, don't play this game. Don't play this game with her. And she got hit with a couple right hands in the first few minutes of that round. And I was like, I saw that look in her eye. I was like, uh-oh. I was already like, uh-oh, this is different right here. She ain't felt
Manon bro, she was getting cracked.
And it was almost like 2018 Valentina again, 2016. Like she was blinding this girl because she was giving her that range. And that's the thing I said they got to train for is to not give Valentina this space.
Hey, Combo, put that picture up there.
Hold on. Which one?
You ain't got a Valentina Manon picture since that's what we're talking about?
Oh yeah, it's up here.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm just seeing it wrong there.
Yeah. It's up here. Look at the right here.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So yeah, my thing is like her whole game plan to try to stand at this range, it was like they didn't watch the Grasso fight. They didn't watch where Grasso had success. Like, you really have to throw her off with footwork and set punches up by pushing her back. You can't sit back and let her go first. Because when you let her go first and you eat a couple of them punches, you're going to find out, like, that speed is different. And like I said too in my video, like a lot of people keeps calling Valentina old. I was like, all right, you go in there and spar with her, see how many times you get hit. Like that's like mind speed. It ain't even like pure just physical speed. It's like mind speed. That's she knows your body language. It's like Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, he said when he beat this one guy, he was like, I knew what he was going to throw just by how he was standing. And every time he would come in, I would hit him with like 4 or 5 punches. He couldn't do nothing. You know, and this guy is younger than him. So looking at Valentina, who's older and still doing this at a high level, you like, all right, what are y'all like working on here? Like, y'all really want to try to prove y'all the best striker, or do you really want to win this belt? Because Valentina ain't going to be standing there to be hit. You know what I mean? Like, she's not going to be standing. And when the right hand landed and her nose started bleeding, and I saw that look on her face, I was like, okay, like she's gonna be fighting off of heart in the next 4 rounds, and that's purely what she was fighting off of. Heart and her strength was really keeping her up. Heart and her strength and her gas tank, because a lot of people say her cardio is bad. I don't think her cardio is bad. I
don't think it was. Not in this fight. No,
it was. I think it was her breathing compromise from the busted nose.
Yeah.
You see the bridge of her nose, and like, I think Valentina probably fractured something, man.
Oh, she broke her nose, dude. Her nose, Manon's nose is broke.
Because that right hand was landing over and over, you know, in the same place, and the right hook was landing. She was hitting her in that same place with that same hand. And I think Valentina was trying to make a point to say, take this punch away. If you're that good of a striker, take that punch away. And she could never do it. So that's when I was like, they really don't have a plan B, man, because her plan B was to wrestle, like I said, but it was never really utilized in fights against like Chikagan or Rose or Maya, you know. So she spent too much time striking. And let's be honest, look, I'm a fan, but I'm gonna be real. Once you beat them girls, you're gonna be too full of yourself, and you're gonna think that, I can do the same thing to Valentina. But Valentina ain't Rose. I like Rose, and Rose gonna go in the Hall of Fame one day, but Valentina's not Rose. All right. Valentina is not Rose. Valentina is a different fighter. And even like I said, this first time I ever picked against Valentina. You know, so that tells you something. I'm just like gonna be real about how her striking was, and that was not the approach that Manon needed to take in this fight. Yeah, she had some good moments with her clinch when she was landing some knees to the body, and she had like 2 takedowns in the fight too. I was kind of surprised. And you know what I was surprised about too? Like, this is why I was mad too, because like her strength was really impressive compared to even some of the bantamweights. Like, Valentina took down Holly, Pena, and kept a lot of these big girls down, but she could not get Manon down or keep her down. Like,
I was gonna say she couldn't really manhandle Manon like that.
No, I think that truly Manon, like, she is a big, strong, like a naturally strong fighter, not just big, and that's what kind of they don't utilize enough in fights. Like, I do think she is stronger than like the girls like Tyler and so on, but like they didn't use that right, because there was that one point when Valentina did try to take her down, and like Valentina kind of tumbled over and Manon popped back up.
Yeah.
And then there's like one point Manon actually took her down, and I was like, oh, okay, she's trying to do some Khabib stuff here, but I was like, I don't think y'all really know what to do with this, because, you know, Valentina kind of looked calm at the same time. So I was like, oh, okay. I was like, man, like, had she been doing this like constantly, and training in this, maybe she'd be a different story, man. But like, I think that I think Manon, she showed good heart. She was tough, but I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, even if it was like small trash talk, man, don't do that, man. Don't worry about saying all this trash talk. Save it for after the fight, man. Save it for after the fight. Like,
yeah, man.
Like, I didn't read too much into it, but I was like, if that's what really like was on her mind and that's what was bothering her, I was like, yo, you gotta chill and you gotta fight. Like, her corner should have been telling her, like, hey, we ain't like that. We just gotta fight. You know, you've been quiet up to this point. Just do your thing. You know, just fight. because I see Valentina now. Valentina can talk. She's talking now.
She can talk. I was about to say, yeah, she can talk.
She can talk all day, and she is. And I'm like, okay, yeah, go ahead and say what you say. Because she posted the IG where she was like, I've been beating French champions. You know what I mean? So it's like now she's talking. Now she's talking because she beat you. But don't talk before the fight. You know, don't talk before the fight. If your defense and your hands ain't on this level, don't say that stuff. You know, so that's just me as a perspective from a fan, man. Like, and showing disappointment. Like, you had the right tools, but you didn't utilize them in the best way. And that ain't coming from no couch critic. That's just a long time, you know. So
yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, and I felt like I'm never on the couch, so I'm not a couch critic.
Yeah, man. I understand what you're saying, dude, and that's just bad on Manon, man. And those front, she was trying to utilize those front leg attacks, man. And she was, my bad, I'm feeling something. She was trying to utilize those front leg attacks, and she was trying to, with that lead hand, that check hook and stuff, man. And I felt like she was leading with the wrong things. She was trying to she was putting a jab out there. I have to give her that. I was surprised to actually see Manon doing that, because the girls that she fought, like Aaron, they've been in those split stances. You know what I'm saying? So she, so that check hook was really all she was throwing.
Oh, you still there?
Valentina a little bit better as far as Valentina's timing, and Manon was getting off her own shots in those middle rounds. You know what I'm saying? So I do have to give her credit for that. You know what I'm saying? But dude, she just I felt like that round one was that round one was rough on her, dude, because she came out of round one looking like she had been. I told you, man, like she had been in a 3-round fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, but it didn't slow her down, but I think it affected her though. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't seem to step on the gas when she had built up some momentum. I was wanting her to stick to push on the gas. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, Manon, this is the most that's went your way so far. Let's step on it, man. And I don't feel like she did.
Yeah, I think really their game plan of just, well, I will say this too, like there was a couple of times where she had good range on Valentina, and she landed some head kicks. Like they were blocks.
Yeah, she did.
But had she done like Natalia, and that's where I was thinking, going back to Natalia Silva, that's where I think Natalia Silva will be successful against Valentina, is how Valentina was in that range with Manon and she popped off a few head kicks and kind of caught her. I think Natalia Silva, who's faster, she doubles up, she throws a punch and a kick and is fast. Yeah. That's where she could find some success. That's why I was like, I don't know why like Manon's team didn't tell her to kind of build off of that while they were watching. Like, I know there's a lot of pressure on and everything, but like when I saw that, I was like, okay, they got to build off that head kick, that she was kind of landing. Like they got to master, like I think, man, like I said, sometimes you get up in them bright lights too. It just kind of, everybody kind of is like, uh-oh, you know what I mean?
But I felt like Manon was ready, though. I felt like she was ready.
I think she was ready, but nobody's ready to bleed in the first round. Like, nobody's ever really ready to bleed in the first round or, like, have a broken nose in the first round. Like, I think that is kind of what changed things. Even, speed. Valentina's speed, man. Like, I think that could have been it, too, because everybody sees it from the outside, but yeah, like once you experience it, it's like, okay, how am I going to get past that? Like, what am I going to do? And my thing, like, my key to victory for Manon was just like Grasso, like, you got to prepare to take at least 2 punches to get off 2 of your own against Valentina. Like Grasso got stung a couple of times,
Yes, she did.
But she would end her combination. Like I said, she got to end the combination because Valentina would throw 2. Grasso would throw maybe 3 or 2, and then she would end it with like a good right hook, and she would land them shots. So I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of things that you think you can prepare for, but I think it's just like a switch that comes on and you just got to ignore it. Like when you start bleeding, you got to ignore it. But I think she was paying attention to the blood because it never really came before the fight,
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that might be the most damage I've seen.
It is.
The most damage I've seen Manon take. So that was some damage, dude. Like that was some damage.
All her fights, she's never taken that much damage.
You see, yeah. So that's what that kind of goes back to what I was saying, dude, about like Natalia. Natalia ain't took no damage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like she ain't had no adversity whatsoever, and it showed, man. Like these girls, dude, we kind of back to square one, with the flyweight division. We had a little bit of a move forward with Alexa Grasso, but now we're back at square one, man. And these girls got to come in. Let me piggyback. They got to come in with all the tools with the most tools they can get. The more that they can learn on their way up, the more that they can face on their way up, is going to better prepare them. You have to be prepared for Valentina, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to be prepared for that. You got to be ready for when it goes anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And with a champion like Valentina, and the more tools that you can get, the more tools that are going to help you in these title fights,
I ain't even going to lie, man. Like, how we be watching fights, man, and you think somebody's going to be a threat. I'm watching, man, and I'm like, when I see that first round, I'm like, already in my mind, I'm like, that's it. There's nobody else. Nobody's going to beat her than that. I was like,
right.
Valentina about to beat Manon too. I'm like, nah, I was like, this is just too different. Like, and this is coming from somebody that's seen all her fights too. Like,
right.
I try to think different than I do with boxing, because like boxing, after a while, I say, okay, I know this guy is unbeatable almost, but like MMA, like anything can happen. Like the first Grasso fight, but
yeah,
like this second go around for Valentina, like it's really hard to see somebody beating her right now. Like Aaron could probably get the fight, but I don't even think Aaron could do it right now. Or the closest one would be Natalia Silva, but like to pick against Valentina right now, it would be like, I couldn't even believe Valentina was the underdog here. Like,
yeah, I saw that too. I was like, well, what?
I was like, how is she the underdog? Like, I thought for real Manon was the underdog, and that kind of was like, okay, that's going to help hype her up. But the favorite, I was like, this is crazy. Like, how is she the favorite? So it's just one of those things, man. Like, she's just like a special person, and Valentina might have had like a little setback against Alexa Grasso, because I truly think she underestimated Grasso, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely.
I truly do.
She did. She definitely did.
Because even her, like, to me, Valentina, like, I don't think she really felt Grasso was on that level. But since then, like, she's been turned back on, and I think these other girls out here, they're all gonna have some problems here. Like, I think Jazzy, she'll earn a title shot, but I don't know, man. Everybody if you can't get past that right jab, that was one of the most impressive jabs at flyweight I've seen in a long time. If you can't get by that, man, I don't know what to say, man. Because even like, I think Manon still beats a lot of the other girls. I do, but she's gonna have to really turn into something that can pressure Valentina for 5 and really like hurt her. Like,
yeah,
nobody's been able to hurt her since Alexa, So
right,
you can't do even Amanda Nunes didn't really hurt her, but she won. But to really get to Valentina, you got to hurt her, man.
Yeah, and that's what Manon wasn't really doing. If you ask me, man, I don't think Manon was really.
Gary said, "Let's not overrate the performance." How is it overrated? Never mind.
It's like,
never mind.
It's like, no. What was you gonna say?
Like, never mind.
No, go ahead.
I don't have nothing to say to that, because to say it's not overrating it. It's rating it for what it is in the flyweight division. That's all I got to say. I'll be nice today. Easy said Valentina is fighting against the division and the UFC right now. I'll tell you why. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, hold up. Oh, my bad. Yeah, BJ, here we go, man. Let's, because look at the end of this fight, man. Look at them, man. No, man, like it's not meant to be funny. I'm just saying, like, look at them. They've been in a fight.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Look how they came out of this fight with girls with hands.
That's the truth. And they both got hands.
And I'm not being funny. I was looking at like their faces during the fight, and I'm like, wow. I was like, they really are not just getting hit, but like their egos are taking a hit, because
this is the worst days that they've ever looked.
It's worst they ever looked. Like, I won't say performance-wise for Manon, because she did do a little bit. She did do more than Grasso, but like there was a look of defeat in their eyes. Like Grasso looked like she was defeated in the third Valentina fight, but
yes,
just look like I was like, this is what happens when you got like a lack of defense, man. But I had to ask you this, BJ. Like, if you was in the corner of Grasso, man, like what would you tell her, man? Like even before the fight or during the fight, man. Like
what I would have told Grasso during the fight, I would have told Grasso, you got to start kicking her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to start kicking her, and you got to do more than that low kick that you do. Like Grasso, she'll kick your leg. You know what I'm saying? She'll kick your calf, but like kick her to the body, man. Like try to kick her to the body. You know what I'm saying? Like clinch her up, like keep her in the clinch, like keep her there. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you know, when she's fresh, land some kicks, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta press her against the cage. You gotta work her down. You know what I'm saying? And Grasso had some moments where she was trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, Grasso, I would have told her to, you know, kick more. If you're gonna kick that low calf, like kick that low calf. You know what I'm saying? Like kick the shit out of that low calf. You know what I'm saying? And slow her down, because you know you can only take so many calf kicks. But when you get her to the cage, you gotta keep her there. Get her, you know what I'm saying? Keep her there, get her down. You know what I'm saying? She did better in the clinch against Macy Barber than she did against Natalia Silva. Like she should have been working like that. You know, in my opinion, she should have been working that hard. It was hard as she was working against Macy in the clinch. You know what I'm saying? Like the way she had Macy pinned against the cage, keep Natalia there. You know, it's gonna take somebody to slow Natalia down like that. And that's what I would have told her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, let's you know, before the fight, my game plan for Grasso would have been, you know what I'm saying, attack that lead leg. Like when you can get it, attack it. Like that should be like every single time that you can get close to that leg, you need to be kicking that front leg. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody's gonna have to take the wheels off of Natalia Silva, slow the wheels down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And make her stationary, just kind of like Michelle Pereira. You know what I'm saying? Michelle Pereira doing all that moving around and flipping and all of that stuff. People start kicking his legs, and now you don't see him doing that no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you see him kind of you know what I'm saying? You see him now being forced to change his to change his style, you know what I'm saying, and be more of a fighter instead of all this jumping around and flipping and all of that stuff. So, you know, that's what I would have been telling Grasso. Kick her legs, slow her down, and then let's work against the cage.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, because like
what would you have told Grasso?
Man, for Grasso, I would have told her to build off of that jab, man, because a lot of people don't catch this. I wonder if the Silva train catches this, because look, I'm gonna tell it.
Right.
But because I don't want to see her fall to this, but the double jab is really effective. You know, it's really effective. And Grasso, if she were to jab to like the chest more and maybe like go back and forth chest to the head, it probably would open up a right hand, because, you know, Natalia Silva, when she leans back and backs up, her chin is up. is wide up.
Yes.
You know? So Grasso needed to kind of change her stance just a little bit from leaning heavy and, double jab her way in and try to set up like a head kick, her own head kick, or like a leap in left hook. Because at that point, you got to take a chance. Like if somebody's faster than you, you got to step in, and you got to go in there. And when you see somebody step back and their chin is up like that, you, as a boxer, you got to exploit that. That's for you. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's for you. So when she was throwing that double jab, I would have been like, hey, like after that double jab, throw that right hand.
Right.
Next couple of times, double that jab. And when she's on the cage, when she backs into that cage, and when she starts to like bounce around to the left or right, leap in with that left hook and you drop her.
Right.
Because I seen it done. Like when guys like try to bounce around their feet and then they step out to their left or right, or if they step to their right, you can hit them with a left hook. And she could have caught her a couple of times had she, kind of built off of that jab. Because when Natalia Silva's on her back foot, that's when she ain't got as much power.
Right.
And she ain't gonna throw a head kick. So that's when you got to come after her. But Grasso would kind of wait, take pictures behind the jab, and she wouldn't do much. So that's what I would tell her. Like, had she been maybe more like, okay, what do I got to do for following up after this jab or so? Like, because I do see like Natalia Silva's chin is there, and I think she gets away with it because nobody's really like cut her off right, and nobody's as fast as her. But it really ain't about speed if you know how to like corner them. And Grasso's game should have been cornering, try to corner.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like Grasso should have been, I don't know, man. Like they should have worked on some footwork or something, man. Like, because if she'd have been right there with her, you know what I'm saying? Like, throw her through, try to do something to throw the girl off, man. Like Grasso just stalked forward the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like she wasn't savvy in there. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have that savviness, you know what I'm saying, to switch it up and do something else that's going to throw this girl off. No, she was just kind of stuck in one gear, man. And that's Grasso's own fault, man. That's her team's fault, you know what I'm saying, for not properly preparing her to, you know what I'm saying, to have a plan B and stuff like that to come in here and try to, I mean, they knew what they were facing, man. You know what I'm saying? There was plenty of footage on Natalia Silva out there, you know what I'm saying? Like they knew what they were coming into. She wasn't properly prepared for it.
No, they weren't. Like that's why I was kind of like, when they announced the fight, as bad as I wanted to see it, I was like, I've been wanting to see the fight, but then when I heard she had like that broken leg too, that she was back, I was like, I don't know if she's going to be like fully there, but hey, man, like I got to give her credit, man. Grasso took some heavy shots.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
I mean,
and she zombie through him too, man.
She did. Like,
yeah.
That's why a lot of people were saying she was gonna get knocked out. I couldn't say knockout. Like, I just didn't see her getting knocked out. Like, I saw her moving, but like not getting knocked out because she was gonna power through a lot of it.
Right. Yeah. She got hard, dude. But man, her next fight is pivotal, dude. Like whoever they match up with next, like Grasso gonna have to get a win, man, or her stock goes way down. You know what I'm saying? Her stock goes way down if she loses her next fight. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, she better come in and show something, man. Because if not, these girls, she gonna become food for these girls. And she's a former champion. You know what I'm saying? And a win over a former champion, we know what that does. You know what I'm saying? We know what that does and what that speaks. I mean, hell, people still getting launched off from beating Andrade. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
you know, girls still getting the launching pad from going in there and whooping Andrade's ass. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, that's an ongoing thing.
I'm telling you, dude.
That's like a little medal you get now, Andrade. On you.
Facts, dude. Yes.
Okay. So same thing with Manon, man. Like, I'll go ahead. I'll wait. I'll let you answer first, man. Because
no. Oh no. Combo. What advice would you have given Manon during and before the fight? What would you have? What game plan? You know, I'm just gonna let you answer. Go ahead and answer.
All right. I'd say get out the cage. No, I'm just
get your ass up out of here. The hell you doing in here?
I bet give me them gloves. I'm gonna show you.
Yes, sir.
No, seriously though, man. Like for Manon, like before coming into a Valentina fight, it was the same thing I was saying. Like Grasso and everybody needs to do. Like you got to study this girl. Like don't just go in there and get wins off of what you think is benefiting, you know, me for tonight. Like you got to fight every fight. Like you trying stuff out for her, you know, you got to go in there and say, all right, if this is what she's really good at, I got to be humble and say, I don't think I can match her with that. You know, like that's what her team should have been saying. Cause there are fighters you don't go toe to toe with. Like to beat Mike Tyson, you don't punch with Mike Tyson, right?
Right.
Khabib, you shouldn't go in there and try to wrestle Khabib, right?
Right.
So the same thing goes for her. Like you come from karate, come from Muay Thai, you come from you kickboxing and all of that, but has it been tested on the level of the UFC in 12 or 10 championship fights? No, it hasn't. Right. So my thing is like, all right, look, we got to use this strength. I mean, Aaron Blanchfield already gave you the badge of honor. She said you strong as, you know.
Yeah.
He was like, she said she was strong, you know. So my thing is like they should have been wrestling and there should have been a game plan to put combinations together, you know, attack Valentina's lead leg, you know, start touching that lead leg. So when Valentina, if you get her to step back, you got to come forward at least 2 or 3 punches because something will touch because Valentina doesn't really move her head.
Right.
She don't really move her head like that. So, and every time I start talking about stuff, like people get mad. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Fight, yep. You know, people get mad when I start.
People get mad. Yes, sir.
Like, she's not perfect. Like she don't.
Right.
I didn't say she lost the fight. You
know? Right. You said she need to move her head.
Yeah, she just need to move her head. So she's not moving. So my thing is put combinations together, get her to the cage, and use that size, man. Like Weili does it, Kayla Harrison does it. You know, you got to pin the girl up and you got to start punching. Like you are not going to beat Valentina in a pretty fight. And I saw it a couple of times in there where Manon wanted to knee because it looked like one of them knees almost landed while she was grounded. Like I literally saw like Manon, she was trying to get down. Like I was like, okay, here we go. But she didn't build off of that. Like even Grasso got a little rough with her too. My thing is like you ain't gonna win a pretty fight. Like you are this big, like you are 5'7" and you are a big, strong fighter. I was like, we could use this. You know, we got to use this in this fight.
Yes.
When you fight Valentina, you can't fight her in a pretty fight. So we got what we need to beat her. So it should have been nonstop drilling of just like brutal fighting, like brutal, like sauna, you know, like real, like hard stuff. Like Weili do the Lamos, you know,
right
down, hitting her with like over 200 punches, you know. Kayla Harrison, you know, throwing elbows when you on your way down, you know, like there had to be like a lot of connection, but I didn't really see that type of training, just a lot of grappling, you know. So I just wanted to see like so much of that. And that's what I would have told. Like, even in the fight, I was like, hey, like, you ain't gonna match your speed for speed here, you know. Let's suck that blood up.
Facts.
And let's go in there and let's start doing some work. Let's start working her body and let's start pinning her up and getting them shots in, because at this point it's do or die. Like your nose is broken and you ain't gonna match her. So let's start work. Like, let's just go in there and go for the kill.
Right.
And Manon showed me something, like she ain't scared. Like she wasn't scared.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like those middle rounds when she had that, she started to build some momentum in there. Then, you know, Valentina had to strike back, you know, dropped her. When Valentina dropped her, you know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And that was a hard punch too, man. Like, and Manon, she almost rolled Manon. I gotta be real, dude. She almost, if that cage wasn't there, she'd have rolled Manon.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yes.
Oh, you said she would have rolled Manon. Oh.
Yeah. She'd have rolled. Yeah. Dude, if that cage wasn't there, she'd have rolled Manon.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But she caught her with that right. I was like, oh, bro, here we go. I was like, I don't know, man. But when she survived,
and she softened that nose up.
Yeah. But that's what
dude.
I
knew somebody nose was gonna get messed up when I seen Rory McDonald. So they had him as a special guest. At the after the press conference talking to you because he's from Canada. When I seen Rory McDonald, I said, "Oh man, that's a bad sign. Somebody knows getting ready to get messed up."
Yeah,
because he had probably the worst nose injury ever in the UFC when Robbie Lawler scrambled that dude's nose. But man, Manon got hit in that nose the rest of the fight, dude. That nose, it was Valentina found that. She found that target, dude. You know what I'm saying? She busted up that nose. She punched that nose the rest of the night.
Yeah. And I think she was making a purpose to that too, like, which I respect as a fighter. Like, if you want to say you the best, then take this one punch away from me. You know what I mean? Like, take it away.
Right.
And if she couldn't answer that kind of answers some questions. So,
I
still think Manon can come back. Like, I think a lot of the other
I do
girls,
too.
Yeah, I think a lot of the other girls still don't match her when it comes to like size and movement. But it's all in how she comes back, though. Like, if she lets herself, if there's any real damage, if she lets that recover, unlike Tyler did, I think she'll be good to go, man. I would like to see her and Grasso actually fight, though.
The combo, it looks like you got a few people in the queue waiting to get in and say what they got to say.
Yeah, I just wanted to get that on, but yeah, I got the. First off, I know Easy and Two Beasts. They've been asking, they've been wanting the link, but look, I got to be respectful. We got a lady in the build. I always gotta go ladies first. I'm old fashioned.
Tay.
Queen of MMA. Hey, Tay, you there?
The queen.
All right, Tay.
Uh-oh.
Somebody gonna steal your spot, Tay.
What's up, BJ?
Somebody.
Can you hear me?
What's up?
Yeah, we can hear you.
What up, y'all?
Tay, where you at?
What up, BJ?
All right.
What's up?
Look, all right, Tay. Oh wait, Tay, you there? Hold on, let me add her again. I think I gotta add her again. Okay, Tay, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, hey, what's up, guys? What's going on?
What's up, Queen?
I'm chilling. Oh man, I'm chilling. What's going on? How's everybody doing?
We good.
Everybody's doing good.
I'm
sitting back, looking at this Jose Cuervo bottle,
I really don't even have no hot takes for you though, man. I never got offended with BJ saying he didn't like Natalia's style, man, because I don't like Valentina's style. They kind of one in the same.
Who was that talking? Wait a minute, who was that country? Who was that talking country as hell?
That's easy, man.
He said, I never really did like. I never did like what BJ said. I was just talking about Natalia. I'm sorry, man.
Bro.
But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it didn't offend me. It probably offended some people. It didn't offend me though. But like I want to talk about Val and Manon first, man. Before I get to the meat. I think Val could have finished Manon. I really do. I think there were several times she took her foot off the gas, especially when she I don't know if we got it confirmed that Manon got her nose broken or not, but when Val hit her with that punch, it looked broken to me. I mean, she was really leaking. I'm like, man, I was literally screaming at my screen telling Val to go because, man, Manon was backing up. Her eyes got bucked. I was like, man, the finish is right there. And she kind of let off the hook with that. But and I heard Manon's coaches telling her to stop kicking. I mean, by the time they told her to stop doing that, it was too late, man. Like, Val figured her out really early, and I don't want to say it was an easy fight because, you know what I'm saying, Manon is a competitor, but I think Valentina let that fight be way more competitive than it had to be. I mean, I saw at least 3 times where she could have just finished Manon if she wanted to, but I think she also wanted to prove a point as well. I don't know. Valentina seems like, and I'm gonna get to my point where I say she's fighting the division and the UFC. Like, for one, everybody knows Valentina is 37 years old. Even she had to tell DC to cut it out with the age talk, you know. But when she fought Grasso, you know, they made Grasso that belt, right? The only reason she even got the second fight is because they pretty much screwed Val in the second fight. If Grasso had won that fight, they were done with Val. They were done. And so now they set up Manon. Maybe she'll be the one. You know what I'm saying? She dispatched Manon quite easily, in my opinion. I thought it was an easy fight. And now they looking at the Weili fight. But I don't think they're gonna give her the Weili fight right away.
Well, I don't think it's Valentina. I don't think it's on Valentina. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more of giving Weili the fight than giving Valentina the fight.
Yeah.
Because
yeah. How bad does Weili want that fight though? What do you think?
She want it real bad.
She wants it. I mean, she after the fight, she's the one that posted up on the big screen like it's destiny. That's the only fight she felt. She ain't even acknowledging Verna Jandiroba.
Yeah. I don't know, man. They may give her the fight. I can see it going. I can see it going two ways. Now, at the same time, the UFC, they want to make money. You know what I'm saying? Like, the money is there with Weili, but it's not exactly there with Valentina. If they give Silva the Valentina fight and Silva beats Valentina, they might get that Weili fight to Silva, because they can do that fight in Brazil, they can do that fight in China, they can make some money with that fight. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, that's true.
I think Silva gonna have to wait. I think they gonna give Weili her fight. I think they gonna do that. But as far as Manon goes, I don't know. Who do you think Manon fights next?
I'd like to see her fight Grasso next.
You want to see her fight Grasso? That would be a good fight.
I see her fighting either Grasso or Jazzy.
Well, yeah.
You know, let them both heal up good first, you know. And
listen, I love what you said, Combo, about Manon kind of trolling Val in the interviews and stuff. Like, that's the number one thing you don't do with Valentina. I think that's kind of like how Grasso got a head up on Val. I mean, she kept Val in her comfort zone. She was respectful. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't talking a lot of trash. So when the fight came, when she started popping her with them jabs, Val was like, "Oh man, she really don't respect me."
Because look, my thing was like, the first time Manon had tweeted, I was like, okay, maybe she just throwing a few shots. But I went back and I didn't really watch like the build-up interviews, but maybe it was the interviews. They kept bringing that up, and you know, she was still kind of acknowledging it too. Like, to me at that point, when the fight is made, just go ahead and ignore that stuff. Don't even say, "Oh, Valentina disrespect me" anymore. At that point, just say, "I said what I said in the moment," and worry about the fight. But you know, it's gonna look real bad, you know, if you don't come through. That's why I just like, don't build off of that. Leave that alone, you know.
And my thing is, Valentina has something to fight for now, because they already tried to do her dirty with Grasso, and then Manon up here talking junk. Hey, she done got her fire back, and it shows.
Yeah, that jab was the evidence right there.
Yeah, that was it, man. But oh man, let's talk about the Silva train real quick. Let's talk about that.
But you got two beasts up in here too. I know.
Yeah, my man, Two Beasts. He on that train, choo choo. But man,
hey, y'all can hear me all right?
Yeah. What up, Two Beasts?
Yo, it's good. I was trying to wait for Tay to go, honestly, because I know Kama wouldn't hurt it. That's why I was just kicking back on mute.
Oh yeah, she had just dropped a message here. Said she was gonna come back when her internet connection is up.
Okay. Okay.
But yo, Silva, man, like, before I even get into the fight, sometimes you gotta listen to what these fighters are saying. I not only analyze these fights, man. I really listen to what they say in these interviews. There was one interview where Silva, she was talking about the belt and everything. You know how a challenger always say they want the title, they want their title shot. Natalia said, man, I need to be the champion of the UFC. I need this belt. Now, I don't know exactly why she needed, but we all know there's a stark difference between a need and a want. And she fought Grasso like she needed that belt. So I'm gonna start there. But the fight went pretty much like I said it would go. Like, Grasso was gun shy. You know, Silva came out kicking her legs at first. You know, Silva pretty much, she moved a lot more in this fight than I've seen her move in her other fights. And I'm gonna be a little disrespectful here, man. I thought the UFC should have put a check hook counter every time Grasso got hit with that thing, because it was like bing, 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 bing. Every time she came in, man.
Yeah. God, I hate to say it, but it's true.
In, she was pumping that front kicker in her face, man. It's like, but being objective, the one flaw that Silva has, and I know you see it too, Combo, and it's on defense.
Combo don't see no flaw. He don't see no flaw in Natalia Silva.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna take it back to boxing then. Fast fighters always have this problem. What do you see Natalia do on defense every time Grasso come in?
Pull back.
She goes straight back. That's what got her caught up against the cage. Now, luckily, she could take, you know, Grasso's punches, and she hit her with 3 and knotted her up, and Grasso got up out of there. But, like, that's the one major flaw that she has always had. She's always had that. And she can get away with it because she's fast. But now she's probably going to have to fight Valentina or Weili next. They're just as fast. She's not going to be able to get away with that. Not with a fighter that can match her speed, you know?
They don't match her foot.
She's been able to get away with that in every single fight, and she does it. And she's comfortable doing it. That's why she's still doing it, you know? She didn't respect Grasso. I mean, because she knew Grasso really didn't have the speed to do nothing with her.
Now, see, the one thing that I noticed with Silva, right, is, she'll lean back, but one thing that she does that a lot of fighters lack is head movement. Like, preferably, you wouldn't want someone to move their head back, obviously, right?
Right.
But at least she does have the reflexes and the wherewithal to move her head at least. Like, most of the time she's moving laterally. But like you said, she pulls back. But I've noticed she's got really good head movement. And I know y'all say Val need to move her head, but I saw her parry and avoid a lot of Manon's jabs in that fight.
Right.
And I thought she had really good head movement in the Manon fight. And she parried a lot of shots. Like, I noticed Manon would step in with the jab and her left hand every time. Left hand, parry the jab, move off to the right. Like, or whichever side or whatever, like every single time almost, she was parrying the jab, moving out of the way of those shots to land her right hook. Like, both Val and Silva have good head movement. Like, although she pulls back, and she gets away with it because she's fast and all that, but I feel like
Silva is okay. Like, I think still hers is more leg based. I think, you know, her feet save her from the big shots though.
Yeah.
Like, had she not had that footwork, I'll tell you right now, with her hands down, when she fights, she'd get dropped.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
100% she'll get dropped. 100%.
And my thing is, even though Silva, she moves away laterally, her first instinct is she always pulls back first before she moves to the side, you know?
And you can time that.
Exactly.
That's why I keep saying, like, you got to chop her legs down, because when you chop her legs, it'll take away that mobility, and then the measure when she pulls her head back is going to be off, and she's going to think I'm out of the way, but boom, she's going to get caught.
Yep.
Now the problem with that game plan is she's a kicker, so it ain't gonna be easy to touch her legs, especially enough to where you can slow her down. Because I know
was touching it, but she just abandoned it. Grasso was touching her leg.
Yeah, she could be touched. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
it wasn't often,
but yeah, she could be touched. She could still be touched. Like you want to go to the legs and bodies, the first place you can get. Like, you know,
that's exactly what I was about to say, Combo. Like, that's what's most available to you with Natalia Silva. If you're trying to head, like, her style is effective because people are trying to headhunt Natalia Silva, and they're forgetting about the legs and the body. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's going to be easier for you to hit. And as soon as Valentina is a smart enough fighter to catch on to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, a Valentina, I'm sure if they make that fight, like when her team analyzes her, Pavel gonna let Valentina know this is okay. Her head is not that available because of her footwork, but her legs and her body is available, and that's what somebody as smart as Valentina would attack. You know what I'm saying? Just like Jessica Eye, like she was attacking Jessica Eye body, but that was more of a setup, though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But still, you know, Valentina. I mean, you know, that legs and those bodies, and Natalia's legs and body are very available.
Yeah, and to your point, BJ, Valentina is also a smart enough fighter not to even stand up with Silva. Like I think the plan with Silva is, you know what? I'm not finna, go back and forth with this girl on the feet. I'm gonna just take her down. Like Silva has really good takedown defense, but she's never really been tested by someone of the caliber of Valentina. Valentina can take anybody in the division down. Anyone. It doesn't matter who they are. I'm giving her big props on that. Like James always think I'm hating on Valentina. I don't like Valentina. You know, I don't like her personality, but her fighting style, you got to give it up. You know what I'm saying? You got to give it up
to her. Absolutely.
She will definitely be able to take Silva down. I know it. So, and that's kind of like why I don't I want to see Silva. I kind of want to see Silva fight Weili because Weili's the easy fight.
Wow.
Hey, we seen what Jan did to Weili. If Jan can do that, I know
true.
Silva can do
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
you talking about
that's true.
Four knockdowns.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's true.
Get alienated by every Weili fan in here. You're gonna get cursed out.
Weili might be damaged good. Weili might be damaged goods to a powerful striker, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, after that Joanna fight and then that Rose fight, you know what I'm saying? Like Zhang Weili, and then that Yan Xiaonan fight, like Zhang Weili might be damaged. She might be e-bossing out here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just being real.
But
Paul said what Jan did. Paul said what Jan did. Oh, you know, Jan dropped her like 4 times, man.
Yeah, Jan dropped her. Jan was putting her down.
Man,
let me stop, man. They about to come and get me.
And that's the main reason why I'm thinking to myself as I hear
that's just true.
All the talk about the Weili Valentina super fight. I got no less than 4 problems with that. 3 of them are people, and then the other problem is like just the philosophy of it. Like, so the 3 people that are problems that I got with the Weili Valentina fight is Verna, Natalia, and the winner of Aaron and Macy. You got 3 viable contenders sitting right at the division right now. That 6-7 fight win streaks, like. Super fights is what you do.
But you kind of have viable contenders before every. But you kind of have viable. I mean, you've always had viable contenders for every super fight that's happened, though. There's always been somebody. When a super fight happens, a super fight, you have to like a super fight is more of like an opportunistic thing, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's always anytime there's a super fight, there's always a viable contender in each of those divisions that are primed and ready to fight for the title. But sometimes champions have to do champion shit. You know what I'm saying?
But,
like a super fight is champion shit.
And my thing is too, Weili could mess this thing up, because if she win, do y'all really see Weili staying at 125? I don't.
I do.
That's the thing too, man. Like if she wins, people aren't thinking about the aftermath. That holds up 2 divisions now. What if she decides, oh, I don't want to stay at flyweight, I want to go back down to strawweight? Or what if she stays at flyweight and now strawweight fighter don't get to take the belt from Weili? It's just vacated. Right. Now they're fighting for a vacated title instead. Like, there's consequences for her coming up and winning. Right. Now you got
maybe she gonna do the Amanda thing and fight and defend both belts, you know.
And now the belt only gets defended once a year. Yeah. Weili's already fighting for 1 belt basically once a year. Now you're gonna hold up the division for 2. Like that's the thing that could happen with the super fight.
I didn't think about it like that.
The other part of it too, you got 2 dominant, you know, really good champions. Why we got to see one of them lose? You feel what I'm saying? You can have them do their own thing. Now we got to see one of our favorite fighters take a L. Or best case scenario, it's a draw, but it's probably not gonna happen. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like,
hey, but like, 2Bs, we do have to be reasonable though. Weili will only hold up 1 division, because when Silva fight her, it's gonna be lights out. It's over. She ain't gonna hold up 125 no more.
Damn.
Oh,
yeah, man. I don't see Weili having like a long title reign at 25. Like, I really don't see that. I see her getting defeated at 25.
Yeah, because,
you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, if you want me to be honest, Aaron Blanchfield said she'll go up in there and whoop Zhang Weili ass. In case anybody forgot that Aaron Blanchfield said that. Blanchfield said she'll go up in there and whoop Zhang Weili ass. So I mean, I don't know about her chances at 125. Her chances at 115 being a long reigning champion to me are much better.
I mean, Aaron could do it, man. Seeing as her she probably gonna be 20 pounds heavier than Weili.
You're right, yeah, for sure. I mean,
so
if you want to step in flyweight, you got to step in flyweight. You know, it ain't her fault that she'll be 20 pounds heavier than Weili.
I kind of just think Weili just wants this 1 fight though, because like
I think so too.
Yeah, she's never entertained it. To me, I've never heard her say if she beat Valentina, she would stay at 25. She hadn't talked about any other fighters that she wants.
She just want to fight Valentina.
Yeah.
Right.
She just want to fight Valentina.
And Valentina might whoop her.
Valentina might whoop her. Facts.
You're gonna have to go right back down to 115. Get your weight up, girl.
Right. Yeah. Valentina might whoop her.
If Val could have the success she had with Manon, you know, much bigger and much stronger, you know what I'm saying? Like, if Weili come in there thinking, I'm going to take Valentina down, that's going to be a problem. If Weili come in there thinking, I'm going to strike with her, that's going to be a problem. So
Valentina can be taken down, though.
Yeah, she can, but it didn't happen often in that fight with Manon, the much bigger person.
Right.
True.
I mean, Manon got no less than 25 pounds on her.
And one thing,
Weili's gonna be basically the same size.
Yeah.
Facts.
One thing about Valentina, man, I don't think people. Well, I know y'all realize it, but Valentina, for her size, she is very, very strong. Like, Manon had her up against the cage and just could not take her down. Yeah. Valentina is strong. So she's not easy to take down at all.
I will say this though, man. If anybody, like I said, like I think it was on the last live, this was gonna be the event that decided who was the biggest problem at 125, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I still side with Silva being the biggest problem.
Yeah,
Ever
she's
so slightly. And the reason, there's a couple reasons. So me personally, I picked Val to win, but by the end of the fight, I was thinking that Manon had won. And the reason I thought that is because all the control time she racked up.
Yeah.
And she wasn't just sitting there holding her, she was constantly kneeing her. So I'm like, I know Judge is gonna eat this alive and freaking give it around. Like, cause they've done it before.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
See,
so
the thing of that is though, I knew the judges wasn't gonna do it this time simply because it was a championship fight.
I don't, but and the fact that we even having this conversation is BS, bro. Cause it's like there should never be like a, oh, are they gonna score it or are they not? No, it should just be this is scored or this isn't scored. But like that's the thing, like, because they put so much emphasis on control time on so many occasions in the past, even in title fights, man. Like, it's, you think about someone like a Khabib, right? Like, sometimes he might not get the takedown, but because he had you up against the cage for a majority of the round, and a lot of those style of wrestlers where they have you up against the cage, constantly shooting takedowns, attempting them, but not getting them. I mean, you look at the Tyler Santos Aaron fight. I don't even think she scored but like one takedown the whole fight, but she kept pressing her up against the cage and landing some dirty boxing here, some knees there, elbows there. And basically that was Manon was doing. It was just mostly to the leg, but she did get some body shots in there too. And like, I thought she won one round, I want to say 2, 3, and 5. I knew Val should have definitely won 1 and 4. But I thought Manon won round 5 because when I was counting the strikes, slowed it down and everything, because I counted the knees. So when I counted it, by the time I had, I think, like 34 seconds and then the live had started, it was like, I mean, 17 or so to like Val's 10 in total strikes that I counted. So it's like, and then she had all that control time. So in my mind, I'm like, dog, she just lost the title.
Right. So you really think though it could have went her way?
Honestly, yeah, like, because all the control time, it's not like she wasn't busy. Like, they were showing the graphic of all the control time. It was like a minute and a half plus every single round almost. I'm like,
let me ask you this though. So if it was scored like a 1 FC fight, do you think she would have won?
That's a good question.
I'd have to go back and look at how many strikes was landed as opposed to what was landed at range. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, to your point, 2Bs, here's the problem with MMA judging. These judges are boxing commission judges, and I think they're still using boxing criteria to judge MMA fights. They're not judging MMA fights like they're supposed to be judged. They're still going off boxing criteria, man. These are boxing judges that are judging these fights. They need to stop that.
I mean, like, it's a million and one ways you could do it. But the problem is, and it goes down to the weight, because it goes down to a lot of it. Like, there's so many things they could fix, but there's not like this excessive like uproar of, oh my God, I hate judges, to where it's any kind of threat to the commissions to where they got to be like, oh God, we better change something. I mean, they're still making their money because they're a commission. You feel what I'm saying? So they don't care, bro.
Yeah, it was at one point, man, but it kind of died, man, because I remember, man, probably not even a few months ago, everybody was talking crazy about the judges, man. Even the telecast, they were talking. I don't know if they got paid off or what. Ain't nobody saying nothing about the judging no more.
Man, it's a very simple thing they could do, bro. And and I know people might disagree and they might not think it's possible. And I've watched several fights and tried to apply the same, scoring criteria. Like, they could apply a very simple point system to it, where it's points awarded per takedown, per strike, per this, there, that. Kicks can be worth X amount. Punches can get. You could apply that, bro. You very much so could. And some people gonna disagree with me, but think about football and how and all the crazy different rules that they got in football, all the things you can and can't do, and this, that, and the other. Think about basketball, all the different fouls, all the different everything. Like, a lot of sports are complex, but it doesn't mean like you can't apply something that is a lot better than what they currently have. Like, they're under this general consensus that it's like, oh, judging is fine, we don't have to change it, and then they do some BS where they're like, oh, we changed how we determine who's grounded or not. Like, yeah, so that's the focal point y'all want to focus on, but we got all these mismatched cards and robberies left and right, but we gotta get this grounded opponent thing fixed up though. Like,
well, hey, 2Bs, I got something for you.
What's up?
What about they go back to the old days? UFC 1. Finish, or you either finish the fight or it's a draw.
I mean, it'd be a lot of draws.
But it's hear me out on this, bro. Like, really, all they gotta do, bro. They're not gonna do it because people want to hear the decision immediately after.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I was planning on doing when I wanted to do it myself was I was going to have 360 cameras around the cage to where you could see every angle and you could verify every single strike. And what happens is we have the fight, right? But if there's no finish, we go to review it and we review every single shot. And if we already know a point system that we're going to apply to every type of strike, all we got to do is add it up. And at the end of the fight, we're like, who landed the most points based on the scoring?
But you wouldn't have a decision to the next day.
Yeah,
right. I understand that, but it solves the problem in the sense of we don't have all these discussions about, oh, well, I think this person landed the more effective shot. Oh, we don't have all these discussions about this is a robbery or this person should have won. We get rid of that split decision crap. You feel what I'm saying? We get rid of a lot of the issues. And here's the thing. It would incentivize the fighters it would urge them to finish because they don't want to wait for a freaking result. So they're like, let me get this person out of here so I don't have to depend on a very objective point criteria where I feel like I had the better technique and I landed the better shots, but they're just going to add it up as, normal points. It would incentivize them like, hey, you know what? Now I know exactly where I stand. If I don't hit this person more times than they hit me, it's a wrap. So, I mean, it doesn't solve 100% everything, but in situations like these where it's like close fights like the Manon Val, I mean, some people don't think it was close. I think Manon could have won it. I'm not going to argue that Val shouldn't have won it. And I picked Val, so it's not like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be, but I just feel like I felt like Manon did enough. And I'm basically going off of the consistency of these judges scoring this control time so much. People just laying praying.
People in the comments, I want to hear y'all attack 2Bs the way y'all attacked me for saying what I said about Silva. He just said he thought Manon could have won the fight.
But hey, Combo.
Hey, I picked Manon and I wouldn't have walked away feeling happy if she got that.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Combo.
Yeah, what's up?
Let me ask you this. I want to ask you, how do you think if they do give Valentina Silva before they give her Weili, how do you think that fight goes? I got a hot take on this, man. My take is I think that's going to be a very boring fight. Just because their styles are basically the same.
Somebody else said that, man.
I think
I can't remember what channel it was. Go ahead, sorry.
I got your take. Honestly, man, I think it might be a little less action than the Joanna fight because her approach will be going backward instead of forward.
Right.
And it's really hard to say who's going to win initiate there, Yeah.
And see, in a fight like that, I can't pick Silva in a fight like that because Valentina is the champion. All she has to do is a little more than Silva, and she's going to win the round.
Yeah, yeah. And another thing is her Valentina using her jab as of lately. Like,
yeah,
I think she'll build off the jab where Grasso didn't, and that
Yeah.
might be the downfall there. So I think she could either like win a point fight,
yeah,
or if Silva could do what Manon wasn't doing, and I keep bringing this up because Manon was like getting some head kicks off. If Silva is able to build off the head kicks and strike, punch, and then kick like she was doing Grasso,
right,
she could land something.
right.
Like she could land something that might wow the crowd, or might even surprise Valentina. But then Valentina, she got that plan B and C, man. So I think Silva would have to win like by finish to
She
really
would have to,
do it.
and I don't see her doing that because it's not her style,
No.
And my thing is too, Valentina is very smart. If she figures Silva out, Silva's gonna have a long night, man. Because like you might get her the first round, but by the second round, by the middle of the second round, she didn't got you. I know,
and that's exactly that goes right back. That goes right back to my point, as in what else can Natalia Silva show us once Valentina figures her out?
Right. That's that's also why I want Silva to fight Valentina, because I'm riding this train all the way. And if it crash, I'm gonna crash with it.
Well, my thing is this though. I mean, so BJ, you said right. What else does she have to offer? I mean, she's submitted people before, armbar, whatever.
In the UFC?
Not in the UFC. Not in the UFC. But it's not like she doesn't have a ground game. It's not like she doesn't know what she's doing down there. And she has great takedown defense.
Bro, I feel
and she's also been able to toss people who tried it.
Look, G-Frame say Val has a crucifix with Natalia's name on it.
I just read that.
Has a what?
Timeout, G-Frame. No, I'm just playing. G-Frame wilding out, man.
Oh, man. But my thing is
I thought Tatiana Suarez had some striking in her arsenal too, man.
Yeah. Oh, that was such a disappointment.
And I'll tell you,
that's a whole different. That's a whole different scenario. Natalia is way more active.
Lipsky had a bunch of arm bars in her early career too.
Yep.
So did Ronda.
Oh wow! There you go.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's plenty of people. I mean, you look at like someone like Israel Adesanya. Look how long it took for people to finally beat him. All that dude did was strike. I'm not saying striking is I love my grappling too. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I love the grapplers as well. But it's like I get it. You want to see something more. But and going back to the Khabib thing, it's not like Khabib could win a fight 100% on his feet against like the best of the best of the best. That's just not what was happening. There's a reason why they called it Father's Plan, right? Like, Father's Plan, take him down, beat him up. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and because that threat was there, it automatically made his striking look a lot better than it actually is. He can get away with the slightest of lacks of technique or the slightest of mistakes where most strikers can't, because and I can't remember if it was DC, but someone said, while this person is 50% in the stand-up and 50% in the wrestling takedown defense, Khabib is 100% focused on the stand-up because he's not worried about his wrestling. He's not worried about this guy taking me down. You feel what I'm saying? So the person that could put most of their effort on the striking versus the other person that's, you feel what I'm saying, worried about the takedown, it makes a difference. Now, the reason I bring up Khabib is because that was the same exact game plan every single time. Yeah, he'll strike with you. His striking got better. I get that. But, like, if something is working.
With Khabib, when he dropped Conor with that right hand, you remember when he dropped Conor?
Yeah, I saw that. He
still didn't want to stand up. He said, I'm going to drop you with the right hand and I'm going to ragdoll you. I ain't going to stand up with you, even though I know I can knock you on your ass.
Yeah, exactly. But Khabib had, but go ahead.
And the thing about the 5 rounds, it's like she's not even breathing heavy after the 3rd round, and all she did was basic sprints the whole dang fight, man. Like,
yeah, man. We can't hypothetically say what she looked like in 5 rounds.
Hey, that's what I wanted to talk to you about.
I mean, okay,
now,
so
listen.
Jasmine, what did Jasmine do the entire fight? Try to take her down. Try her best to take her down. Chase her around the cage the whole time. Couldn't find her. What did Jessica Andrade do? Chase around the cage the entire time. Couldn't really find her. And she's moving the entire fight.
And what did Tatiana Suarez do her entire UFC career? What did Suarez do her entire UFC career? Maul bitches.
This is apples.
You know what I'm saying?
This is literally apples and rice, bro. This is apples and rice.
Talking about you're talking about a high-paced fighter, in the octagon. Tatiana Suarez is a very high-paced fighter in the octagon, and we've seen her be high-paced round after round, fight after fight. You know what I'm saying? We saw her with a high-paced wrestling technique. You see Natalia Silva with a high-paced striking technique. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't see either one of them looking fatigued in these 3-round fights. But what does Suarez look like in the 5th round in the Weili fight?
This is a completely different situation, BJ. There's several reasons why. First and foremost, you have Tatiana Suarez, who has fought 3 times over the span of like 6+ years. Injuries plaguing her left and right, versus Natalia Silva, who's getting in a good at least 2 to 3 a year consistently. Mm-hmm. And she's getting a lot of cage time as well. Whereas Tatiana has some finishes all throughout hers. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I think it was the last 4 or 5 fights Silva had, all went the distance. So to say that, it's highly unlikely, or I don't know if she can go, I mean, what has she shown us to show that she can't go? I mean, look at Manon's situation, right? Everybody's like, Manon's gonna gas. Aaron's gonna gas her. Everybody thought Manon was gonna gas. You feel what I'm saying? And then look how that went. Oh, we never seen Manon go 3. She's gonna gas. And Manon is nowhere. I mean, is much more likely to gas in a fight than someone of Silva's stature. She's a lot bigger, cuts a lot more weight. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like Silva, who's literally running around the cage, sprinting 3 rounds. You get her in round 3, her mouth is shut. She's not breathing. Like it's almost superhuman, bro. That's why I'm saying, like, the whole gas thing, I don't buy into that. Like, if she goes 5 rounds, unless someone really, really keeps her up against the cage, I'm talking 3.5, 4 minutes plus in the round. That's the only way I could see it. But if they don't pin her up against the cage, she could do that for 5 rounds, bro. Like, I don't see any indication as to her getting tired anytime soon.
And check this out, BJ, you're not the only one that done had questions about Silva's cardio, and I know why. But earlier in Silva's career, like, she's taken a round off, but that's because she's wanted to. Like, in the Grasso fight, she fought at 100% for 3 rounds, not even tired. Like 2B said, mouth closed. So you don't think she can go 2 more rounds like that? That 3 was nothing. I mean, she going 100%, 100, no breaks.
No, I feel you. No, I mean, I understand.
Now, Grasso might get 1 around if Silva decided to take 1 off.
Now, the other thing too with the whole striking, like, I know Valentina is very talented when it comes to this striking thing, man. And I'm not gonna argue that with anybody, and I believe it myself. But Valentina, by whatever words you want to use, Valentina chose to keep the fight in an area where Grasso was the weakest. In the 3rd fight, that she got a dominant win over Grasso. Silva chose to keep the fight in the area where Grasso had the best chance to win. And she beat her the first time dominantly. I mean, Grasso had a lot of footage out on her. I get it. But for us to think that Silva doesn't have a chance based on that, what I just said, I don't know what to say after that. Yeah. I mean, 3 attempts versus 1. I'm going to put you in your weakest area. Silva says I'm going to keep you in your strongest area and still thoroughly beat you. And then did. And didn't even break a sweat. Didn't even look like she was in a fight. Never got dropped, never got hurt. So, I mean, to say that she don't got a chance against Val, I don't know about that.
I think she does. She got a hell of a chance. I think anybody does, but I think like when you look at that, I always got to go to Styles Make Fights because I 100% said, okay, if it stays on the feet, Silva gonna beat her at this game because like Grasso acknowledged it. Grasso was like, she got beautiful kicks and she's like, I got boxing. And right there, that was kind of telling me, you in for something. You ain't gonna be in for a Valentina range fight. Right. You're gonna be in for a kicking range fight.
Hey, Combo, did you see Grasso's face after the first round?
Yeah. That's what I was telling BJ. I was like, look at Valentina. I mean, look at Manon and Grasso's like eyes, like not just the damage, but like look at their eyes right now. They look not defeated, but they look kind of like that glazed over look. Like I didn't sign up for this. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, coach, help me.
Yeah, it was like you didn't say it was gonna be this fast. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I remember I think it was Shane Mosley's dad that said something like that when he was fighting Burning Forest or something like that. It was crazy, but it was like one of those situations. But I think that Silva was able to do it on the feet as opposed to like Valentina, because Valentina, again, you know, she's a little bit more stationary, you know, and they prepare for that. They prepare for, okay, she's going to be inching in and out. All right, we can do that too because we box, but we dealing with a Taekwondo specialist here. This girl, she ain't going to be sitting still. Valentina sits still more, you know. Silva's going to be moving, and they weren't prepared for that type of movement. But I still think anything could happen, but it's still really hard to say if she just styles on Valentina like that at this point, man. Like, Valentina's just been so proven and seen so many things, and she's not going to be sleeping on anybody at this point.
Nobody. And that's that's my main thing, Combo, man. Like, that is not going to be an easy fight for Silva. Like, she might have made this look easy with Grasso, man. Valentina is a whole different ball game, man.
You just got to admit it. That's why I said, too, like, I kept telling people I think Manon is going to get her shot. But people kept mixing that up with saying Manon is just going to go and blow her out.
Right.
Not once did I say that. My thing is she had her chance, but she's going to have to change some things. Because
I also blame Manon's corner, man. What were they doing? Like,
man, I don't know. Like, I didn't hear the right things coming out of that corner. I heard, you know what? When I hear somebody say, you know, just do your best sometimes, I can't remember if it was their corner or somebody.
And then they gave her some of the worst advice possible. It was like, don't kick no more, just box. Man, you've been getting beat to the punch all night. Why would I want to keep boxing?
That's a mistake right there, man. You got to use all of that. At that point, you got to be letting everything go, man. Don't ever say your person
man,
stop.
They sounded like they bet against their own fighter. Just box. What?
Right. No.
Well, listen here, fellas. Listen here, man. Listen here, fellas. It's my bedtime, man. Y'all can go ahead and finish talking. Y'all can go ahead and finish talking.
Before you go, BJ, look, we gonna close this thing out, but let everybody know they can follow you because you know we were rocking this show. So, you know, I know you guys to go, but let everybody know.
Hell yeah. Combo, man, episode 6, man. We 6 episodes and we almost to 10, bro. We almost to 10, man. But yes, man, I enjoyed the fights. I enjoyed talking about the fights. Y'all know this is what we do. And of course, jump on over to No Filter MMA on YouTube right here, guys, and hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to look real quick and see, do we have anything coming up next? We got Tanara Lisboa versus Luana Santos at bantamweight. Tisha Pennington versus Luana Pinheiro. Elise Reed versus Denise Gomes. So we got some WMMA fights coming up this week. But May 31st, man, is the Aaron Blanchfield Macy Barber fight. I'm looking forward to that. And we're going to get some questions answered. The flyweight tournament kind of comes to a close, you know what I'm saying, in a couple weeks. So we're gonna see who really is equipped. I gotta make a video about that. Who's really equipped to fight for the belt? Okay, who's really equipped to fight for the belt? But anyways, fellas, I appreciate y'all, but I'm getting up out of here.
All right, good to hear you, BJ.
All right, good to talk to y'all. Good to talk to you, Easy E2Bs. Yes, sir.
Peace.
All right, y'all. So, yeah, man, we was been here for about 2 hours. But what else was you saying, Easy E? About
but I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, you telling Manon to box, man. This girl done broke my nose when I'm trying to box, and you still want me to go out here and box, man. You don't. Yeah. But like, Val got a read on that kick early in the fight, and Manon just kept doing it. You would think after Val done popped her up a couple times when she throwing these kicks, she would just stop doing it. And Val even started beating her with her own kick.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, I don't know. But like I said before, man, I think Valentina made that fight way more competitive than it had to be, man. I was like, man, I counted 3 times Valentina could have just finished Manon if she had just stepped on the gas, you know? Yeah. But, you know, that's not her style. And I do believe that she wanted to prove a point because, you know, Manon was talking all that junk, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But, you know, I'm actually liking this new Valentina, man. I really am. She done started talking. She's not as arrogant as she used to be. She got a little respect now that she done been beat one time, you know. But you know, I kind of like what I'm seeing from Val right now, man. That's why I really want to see how she deals with somebody young and hungry like Silva. Because, like, I mean, you know, Manon, you know, she's 35. She's not exactly young, man. She had the skills to be there, but her and Val are kind of, you know, the same age. Val's 37, Manon's 35. So, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of an old ladies fight right there. I want to see her tested against somebody young and fast and hungry. Somebody that says they need to be champion. They don't want to be champion. They need to be champion.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing about, you know, like Valentina, her skills, she grew up like longer in the UFC than Manon did. So after a while, it was just like y'all are the same age, but there's a lot of experience here in Valentina. So when you look at somebody younger that came in, you know, the girls like Aaron or like Natalia, they're getting they got like floor seats. You know what I mean? Like they got floor seats to kind of age better throughout the UFC. You know, they just signed that one girl. They just cut her real quick too, that Petrovic. Like, you know, some of them girls like that kind of struggle, but now you got girls like Natalia Silva who are young, but they starting off early and they looking good and they dominant. So it's been a while since Valentina had somebody like that, you know. It really has. Right. So that, and, you know, just a fresh style. So look, I do give Natalia Silva a chance, but the more and more I just watch Valentina, not even necessarily like improve, like I think Valentina just pulling out a lot of old tricks to me. Like, she always be bragging about, oh, I had this experience and that experience. So my thing is like, somebody that old at this point don't just learn new things like that. And like, she still got a lot to show. She still has a lot
she's a student of the game. She's a student of the game, and I love that, you know?
Yeah.
Even though she's a champion, she's still hungry. She lost the belt once. She tasted that. She didn't like it. So she never want to lose. She never wants to lose that belt again. Now, the thing with Silva is, I mean, my thing is, Valentina is not going to give Silva a lot of chances to tee off, because like the only reason she even knotted Grasso up the way she did is because I believe that was the second round when Grasso just, threw her hands up and said, you know what, I'm just going to go in here and maul this girl. And as always, Silva pulled back. She got caught a couple times on that cage, but she hit Grasso with 3 nasty ones, put 2 big old knots on her head.
Yes,
Valentina not gonna do that, so she's not gonna have a chance to do anything like that to Valentina. So that's why it's gonna come down to who can steal around, to me, basically, because they both gonna be playing the same game.
Man, Silva put some jelly beans up in Grasso's.
Man, did she though?
Man, like after she came out of a little exchange, I was like, dang, Grasso got them little jelly beans right there on the side of her head. Man, I was like, that girl. And that's the thing, like, people knock the style and like, oh, she moved too much. I'm like, well, why is Grasso got all these punches?
Right. And see,
man, that
being lifelong boxing fans, man, we love that, man. That's the sweet science right there.
Yeah.
This is one person that literally said all she did was run and kick for her life.
That's crazy.
And the first thing that popped in my head was, what about the pictures?
Right.
Like, what about how her face looked versus? And I said, like, look, the goal is to the goal is to do unto your opponent more than they do unto you, right? I mean, that's the ultimate goal in a fight, right?
I had never seen nobody.
If I'm go ahead.
I ain't never seen nobody get a 30-27 running.
No.
That's all
not like
say.
That. No. And I never seen somebody get stitches from running, Like,
yeah. I know what she was running them hands on Grasso. That's what was running.
Yeah, like them were some fierce shots, and Grasso felt every bit of it, man. Like, Grasso, people just want to see they want to see the opponent take as much punishment, but that's not gonna happen.
And if Grasso wasn't so tough, man, she would have been out of there. Anybody else, man, Silva, man, with that kind of arsenal, she would have put him out.
And another thing too, right? In a way, I kind of feel sorry for that kind of fan, because it's like you apparently are setting your expectations so high, to justify what you call entertaining, to where you're rarely gonna be entertained by a fight. Right. You feel what I'm saying? You in a situation where people literally basically have to bleed or freaking get completely KO'd, flatlined to be entertained. And it's like, especially at the top of the game, that's not gonna happen like that. You're gonna have chess matches, you're gonna have tit for tat, you're gonna have wrestling, you're gonna have scramble. Like, I just feel sorry for that kind of fan who is just like so hard to please. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just destined to be miserable in your realm of entertainment, which that should never be the case.
Hey, now that you mentioned that, I forgot, man, because we've been on for a while. But yo, BJ, if you're still in the chat, man, we were going to do a new segment. We're going to have to hold off on it though, because when you brought up the fan thing, that was something we got to talk about. Because one thing I've been noticing is, like, I get comments where people just nonstop put down a fighter. Like, ain't even my favorite fighter, nothing like that. It's just like every time a person comes in, it's always like something negative to say. I was like, so when you really don't like something, do you find somewhere to just vent? Like, me, if I don't like something, like if I don't like a specific type of movie or a sport, I don't go to that channel and just keep saying negative stuff. Like, I won't even talk about it.
Exactly.
I don't even talk about it. But I just see some people up in here sometimes, like in a chat, in a comment section of a video, everything they say is just negative about a fighter. I'm like, why are you watching?
And that's why, like, sometimes when somebody comment under my comments, man, I don't even comment back, man.
Because I'll look, like, sometimes I don't even comment. Like, I don't. Like, I'll look. Sometimes I don't even look anymore. But like, if you happen to just be sitting down, nothing to do, and I'll look, and I'm like, there's a certain person I'm thinking of too. I just always see this person, like, has no avatar. Well, has an avatar, but a childish name. And I just look at it. I'm like, why do you even like watch this sport? It's like, you say something negative about everybody. I was like, did one of these girls turn you down or something? I'm like, what's up, man? Like,
oh man, stay out them DMs, man.
yeah, just stay out of the DMs, man. Again,
I don't get it, man. Like, and it's not even like trolling. Like, they just like,
yeah, they be dead
they're
serious.
just they're like so upset, or they really just want to harp down on the thought of, oh, this is how this is, and it's just like there be clear facts to dispute whatever it is that they're saying,
right?
And it's just like I just can't. I can't relate to a person who is so negative in the realm of something that's supposed to be entertaining for the purpose of being entertaining. I can understand if you had like this negative thing going and we're talking about politics or something, but this, lo and behold, is about a subject of entertainment. Exactly. Like, we shouldn't be this miserable, bro. It's supposed to be fun. You feel what I'm saying? So like, what are you doing, dog? Like,
and see, and my thing is like how me, you, and Combo, how we analyze the fights. Like, if you're gonna say something negative about a fighter, you gotta have something to back it up. I mean, okay,
this fighter sucks.
You feel this way. What evidence do you have to feel this way about this fighter? You know what I'm saying? Can you point to something?
This fighter's a can, and that's all you see.
Yeah.
No evidence. Oh, they're a can. They're trash.
Yeah.
They're nobody.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
why?
But why?
right.
I bet they could fight better than you.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
It's just funny because every time I would do a video or something, I just see somebody saying, "Oh, this person, they can't do this and that. Oh, this is why they lost because they trash." So I'm like,
yeah, it's like,
what are you basing this off of? Like, if this person made it this far, like, where's the trash at? Or if you say like Valentina's trash, I'm like, what is this based off of?
Oh,
like,
man.
for real.
Someone said Valentina's slowing down. I'm having a hard time seeing that. I mean, I have my feelings about how the Manon fight went, but I didn't say that because I thought she slowed down. No, I just thought it was because of the excessive control time that Manon was, but I didn't think she slowed down. She didn't look old at all.
Yeah.
She looked like normal Valentina to me. Like, ain't look. I don't know where and how are you even seeing that? Oh, the punches are like 12 miles per hour slower. Like, do you got like a measuring AI tool that's literally saying, okay, this punch is this much slow? Like, I don't see it at all, bro. Like, clearly, because you just broke her nose. Like, I don't see that. Slowing down. I bet Manon didn't feel like she was slowing down.
He got one of them police radars up in their house.
Yeah.
Running it at the TV screen or something. They're like, oh, that's
one thing that did impress me about Manon though is when and this shows you how strong she is. When Valentina did take her down, she got right back up.
Yeah.
Back up.
Her get up is
I've never seen that before. When Valentina takes someone down, they don't get right back up like that.
No.
Yeah, she used the momentum of the takedown to it wasn't a sweep, it was more like it was the same philosophy, but she went just up over instead of to the side. You know what I mean?
And then there was one when Val took her down by the cage, man, and she used the cage to get right back up.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
She got good get up. She got good get up. I think like that first one she accepted in that first round because of the bleeding in the nose. I think that was like the surprise.
Yeah, she had to recover from that, man. I thought Valentina should have hit the gas right then, boy. I'm like, man, you got to finish right there.
Yeah, that could have been the finish there because she was regrouping and Valentina just used that time to kind of control.
And she was leaking bad too, Combo. She was pouring at it. I'm like, man, that's pouring.
It was pouring. That was that deep red too. So I was like, oh yeah, like she ain't. It was bothering.
That kind of got me thinking, Valentina, man, she a little sadistic, man. Because if we saw her leaking like that, I'm pretty sure she did too. I think Val kind of liked that. I think she was like, you know what, I'm gonna punish you some more.
Muhammad Ali used to do that to guys too, be punishing them like that. I was like, when she started getting that jab going, I was like, I
Yeah.
think she was getting rounds in. She was getting some rounds in.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, finishing you is the easy way out. I see the fear in your eyes, man. I'm a relish in this.
Oh man.
What do y'all think, man? How do y'all think for the losers in this fight? I don't want to say it like that, but you know, the people that lost, like, do y'all see them bouncing back? Like
Ooh.
Grasso?
No, for sure.
Grasso on a skid, man. But
yeah.
It depends on who Grasso fights.
Yeah, I said before Grasso was gonna go on a major skid, and it's happening.
Oh boy, yeah. Oof, man. Why do you think she's going that skid? Like, do you think some certain things are just like exposed now, or do you think she's losing hunger?
Nah, I think.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let Two Beats go first.
Okay.
I think the one thing with Grasso, there's a couple things that played into what she's going through right now. The first thing is just the weight and the stress of being champion. I think it eventually kind of leaked its way into her performance, where it was more of a hindrance than it was a help, you know? And then I think also, I think I mentioned it like before, but like I think the main thing in that third fight is based on how the second fight went, they were like, you know what? Let's focus all of our energy towards handling the takedown when it happens, as opposed to stopping it initially. And I think that was a bad move because I feel like she played way too much jiu-jitsu against heavy wrestling control, you know what I'm saying? And didn't focus all the energy towards stopping the takedown as opposed to accepting it and then dealing with it. And then coming into this fight, I think there was two things as well. Number one, if you ask people like me and Eazy-E, she found herself in there with not only a bad matchup, but one of the best strikers that is in all of WMMA right now.
Yeah.
And on top of that, she was coming off an injury. Not only an injury, but an injury to her leg.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think those are some of the main factors that played into Grasso's skid that she's going on right now. I still think she's a really good fighter. I just think bad luck compared to matchup, not compared, but combined is the word I was looking for. Bad luck combined with bad matchups, combined with injury. I think those is like the main factors. Cause not like she ain't got heart. I mean, we know she got heart.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like she don't work hard. It's just I feel like those are the main things.
Right. Well, for me now, I'm gonna take it way back, and I might get a little deep on y'all, but I think y'all can remember a time when before Grasso even got the Val fight, it wasn't even her fight in the first place, because remember, she was always saying that she wasn't ready for the championship fight. She wanted another fight, but she ended up taking the Valentina fight. She won that fight. And then the UFC came up with all the Noche UFC stuff. They gave her this Mexican belt. So I kind of blame the UFC too, because I mean, Grasso was kind of feeling herself. So in the second fight, they pretty much screwed Valentina. You know what I'm saying? She feeling herself some more. And then when Valentina did what she did to her the third fight, it was just like I just knew. It's like, in hindsight, I kind of think that she still wasn't ready, because like she said she wasn't ready the first time, even before she fought Valentina. I just think she was forced into something that she wasn't quite ready for yet. I think that's one of the problems. The second problem is just the division. I mean, you up here with killers now. You know what I'm saying? You up here with straight killers. And her, you know what I'm saying, not even being ready for the championship fight at first and taking the fight and winning it. I think it kind of gave her a little false confidence. And now she sees that she may not be on the same level with these girls. I mean, she's good enough to be there, but she's not good enough to to win yet. So I kind of think Grasso probably needs to, you know what I'm saying, take a step back, you know what I'm saying, work on some things, you know what I'm saying, probably let her leg heal up correctly. I don't know how fully it's healed yet, because you know you never go in a fight 100%, but I think it's a combination of the division, the UFC pushing her so hard and her just simply not being ready for that moment, you know.
Okay. All right. What about Manon? Like, as far as her coming back, like, you still see her competing at the highest level?
Yeah, I see Manon compete. I mean it's Valentina. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
I I have no argument that it's Valentina. I
Yeah.
mean, when you fight Valentina, man, it's like, you know, I mean, I try to look at what she did before she got to Valentina, because you know, like, Valentina is the champion for a reason. I think Manon could have did a lot of things different, but you know that it doesn't matter now. But I think Manon can come back strong, man. She can learn from this. You know what I'm saying? She can humble herself, not talk so much junk next time. You know, um, I still see Manon having a bright future, but she kind of gotta get back in there right away, man, because she's 35 years old. So
Right.
I think the next best thing is to let Grasso and Manon fight, and if Grasso loses that fight, man, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 3 in a row, but it's 3 in a row with killers. So I mean,
I
That's
think
a tough fight.
Yeah, I think I think Manon has to come back at least by the end of this year, you know.
yeah,
Don't take another year off. I think, you know, just go ahead and come back and get right back in there, because yeah, like you said, like I think that she still holds it down this side of Valentina. And let's say Valentina chose to move up and vacate, I think she could get the belt, you
yeah.
know, because I think the way Manon lost, I don't think anybody else can beat her like that. Because we see,
Whoa. Listen, I think Silva could do that. Now, I was initially afraid of that matchup because of Manon's size and her height.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing Valentina do that to Manon, I got full confidence that Silva can do that now.
It's possible. It's possible.
For me, if I'm being honest, right now the most dangerous people in flyweight right now in this order is Valentina, Silva, then Manon.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you could throw everyone else after that. Because
Yeah,
I mean, I think.
Yeah, I agree with
Weili
that.
gonna come in and get her behind whooped and go back to 115, so we ain't even got to mention her.
Yeah, that's the top three, because I mean it's going by off of wins, you know, proven wins now. So yeah, the Bullet, Silva, and then Manon, and you know it's based off of experience, speed, and strength. You know, so I don't really see any of the other girls really kind of like having a lot of things that could disrupt them. You know, like Silva is probably going to be the more interesting matchup for Valentina. I'm not going to say exciting, but I think it's going to be the more interesting one as of lately.
Let me ask y'all this: if Valentina decides to fight Weili, and they want Silva to fight again, and Silva decides, you know what, I'm not gonna wait on Valentina, I'm gonna fight again just to stay fresh, who do you think they give Silva?
Oh, I already know who. Who do you think, Two Beast?
I would have to think winner of Aaron and Macy.
There you go.
And then maybe Manon Grasso. I don't know if they make Silva fight Manon necessarily, but I feel like, I mean, based on how the fight with Manon went as far as Aaron goes, I feel like Silva could definitely rinse and repeat that. Basically stay on the outside and avoid the takedown. But if let's say for instance if Barber won, I feel like that's still even like no matter who she fights out of either one of them, it's gonna be a headache for them, man. Because I mean, Andrade is one of the most aggressive pressures that you could deal with, coming in with those haymakers and whatever. And as good as even she did to like kind of corner her at times, like Silva still was able to avoid her.
Yeah.
And then like, I mean, so who's stronger, Jasmine or Macy? Jasmine Jasavicius or Macy Barber? Because remember, Macy used to be a strawweight. Yeah. I mean, it was a while ago, but
that's a tough one, man.
I would say off of proven strength that uses it more. I would say Jasmine.
Man, Jasmine, boy, she made that Andrade fight look easy. She really earned my respect with that one. I mean, she made that look easy. They wasn't even sweating.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I'm glad I didn't bet on that fight.
And Jasmine, she, Miranda Maverick is pretty strong. She bodied her, Cachoeira. She bodied a lot of those girls, So I think Jasmine, even though, like I said, she doesn't look her age, she's got that old woman strength because she's like 36 too. She's kind of a full-grown woman that likes to get in there and use it more. I think Barber is like falling in love with it now. Like her clinch game is real strong.
Mm-hmm.
But and she's she's brutal in there, them elbows now. But I think like physical strength, I think that I'd probably give it to Jasmine right now.
Because my thing is, she's like she reminds me a lot of like Stamp Fairtex, man. Like everybody knows Stamp as a striker, but she be making people pay when they try to grapple with her. She'll toss.
What is Jasmine gonna be ranked now?
If she beat,
7,
maybe. If she beat if Andrade was 7, she should be 7 now because she was like 2 spaces behind.
So she in there.
I think it was 9 and 7.
9 and 7.
Jasmine was 9.
This is getting interesting.
Hold on. No, she's 6 now.
Oh, this is getting real interesting.
Oh, it's Tuesday. Yeah, they updated it.
Yeah. Ooh. And Natalia's number 1 now.
What? Hey, listen. What if they? What if they give Jasmine Silva? What if Silva want to fight again and say, "Hey, Jasmine, you want this fight? Jazz gonna take it."
Man, listen.
She's gonna take it.
Look, if I was Jasmine's team, I would say, "Don't take that fight. That's gonna mess up."
Man, listen. She did that in her first fight in the UFC with all the experience she got now, man.
Yeah.
And man, I just
tempted. I would take it if I was Jazzy. I would take that fight.
Man, listen, dog. That's why I said, man, I still feel like she is the biggest problem, man, because striking like that. I mean, I don't know who it was, but someone was saying that Dakota is the best like WMMA fighter in the world. Natalia's the best in the UFC or something like that. Yeah, I saw that somewhere.
Like, and you know how much I love Dakota, man. Even I ain't gonna say nothing like that. Come on, man.
I don't know who it was.
Best fighter in the world.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, come on. And I'm the biggest Dakota fan. and that opinion is trash.
Yeah, they said she beat them all, but like my thing is, man, you gotta find her. That's the common denominator.
I'm gonna ask Gigi in the comment section. Gigi said Dakota is okay. Since when does resume not count? Like, do we not count resume anymore? What's the point of fighting? I mean, I could go out right now, beat up 10 guys, and say I'm the best fighter in the world.
Right.
And I'm not ragging on her resume at that. I'm just saying, like, is that what we're measuring it on? Like, you can just knock out 10 people in PFL and not go to the UFC and fight the best fighter.
Stamina say Dakota is the best MMA fighter on her street.
Oh, wow. I didn't even say that.
On PFL street.
I didn't even say that. But look, Dakota's scary now.
Yeah.
Dakota is scary, but like,
they got them hitters on UFC street.
All right, Gigi said, I'm talking about technique. It's different. Okay, it's different. Yes, Gigi, but like, what is technique if it's not tested against the best? Even Valentina would tell you that.
Yeah.
Why do you think Valentina's in the UFC? If Valentina wanted to say I'm the best, she could have quit after winning the LFA belt. Why do you think she wanted to get to the best?
And you, man, you know I'm one of the biggest Dakota Ditchover fans, bro. And even I know she not finna come into the UFC and maul these girls like she doing them in the PFL. It's a different level, bro.
Yeah. And believe me, I love watching her knock people out. Them punches look like hurt, man. Like, she's exciting to watch. Don't get me wrong, but like, exciting to watch and finishing people is different than just saying, "Oh, this girl's the best martial artist." Man, so Amanda Nunes ain't nothing then. Man, no. She got to work, man. She got to work.
Yeah, but yeah, like, winning 125, it look like it's the glamour division now.
It is, yeah. It is. That's why Dakota, when they asked her about moving up to 135, she was like, "Nah, I'm not moving up yet. Like, maybe one day."
Yeah,
she's still trying to come to the UFC.
Yeah,
you know, so she got to do something.
Man, Dakota might come to the UFC, man, and get all knotted up by Grasso. Grasso get a win streak back.
Nah, man, she gotta beat Samiko, man. I mean, I don't even think she's gonna walk through her necessarily.
I
don't know.
I don't know. She better.
I think she will. Like, I love Samiko, but Samiko was taking a lot of shots in that last fight. When I see her fighting Denise Skillholtz. She got combinations, man, but that power, man, that power is something different. That power is crazy.
Speaking of Denise Skillholtz, man, she is such a disappointment to me. Such an incredible kickboxer, bro. I mean, she just hadn't translated well to MMA, man. I love Denise Skillholtz kickboxing, bro.
That's Stamina said Anaba. I don't know Anaba about that. That's a classic right there. Anaba about that.
Man. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to mess with people. I wish I could watch a lot more, and I could probably appreciate Ditchover more. I mean, I've seen the Tyler fight, but I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I don't necessarily see anything other than the body shots. But the thing is, you gotta get to the clinch first, and therein lies the problem. You feel what I'm saying? Like, not everybody's gonna be there to be clinched. Not everybody's gonna be there to be. I mean, if she fight Aaron, who knows if the clinch is even the best place to be at? You feel what I'm saying? Or even Macy Barber. Like, that's not a fun person to be in a clinch with at all.
Man, for Silva, both of those, man, Aaron or Macy, those tune-up fights for Silva, in my opinion.
Dang.
Hating. Yeah. I don't hate her at all. I could never hate a fighter that's like, what, 14 finishes and only one decision or something to that effect.
Yeah.
I can never hate that.
And
I just don't think that she just runs through everybody in the UFC though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my only thing. Because the thing is, the talent follows the money. All those fighters got access to the best training, all the, you know what I'm saying? And that's the main reason why people are like, oh, she's only got experience in the PFL, so she can't be considered the best. Because when all the money is in one specific place, that's why everybody's training hard to go there. That's why all the best talent is going there. The most difficult fights are going there, because that just happens to be the promotion where all the money is. So everybody's dream is there, everybody's goal is there, and naturally all the talent falls there.
Yep.
And that's why, and you know, it's not to say that there's not hidden gems out there where it's like this budding star that we don't know about necessarily. They're out there, but it's far and few between. And it's not necessarily the people that Dakota's been beating.
Right.
like these future up and coming stars, the next like Valentinas of the world, aren't necessarily the people that she's beating.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something about Dana White. I'm gonna tell you something about promotions in general. When Dakota Ditcheva does get to the UFC, Dana might not put her right in the mix, but he gonna give somebody that's gonna test her, because at the end of the day, these promotions, they don't like fighters coming in from what they feel lesser promotions and dominating they top fighters. They don't like that, because then that makes them look bad. So he gonna give Dakota just enough to see what she got, and if she get past that test, I don't know who it's gonna be yet. Then he gonna put her in the mix.
That's
But
what I was just about to ask.
He's not gonna put her right in there and risk her beating somebody. You know what I'm saying? One of his top fighters and making his promotion look bad. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was about to ask you. Who do you think it would be that he would feed her first?
Definitely a striker.
It's gonna be a striker.
It ain't gonna be that but the person that she fight will have never shot a takedown in their entire UFC career. Never even shot for a submission.
Hey, but Dana, he might want to be dirty and give her a grappler.
Nah, man, he see the money in Dakota, and there is money there. So, yeah, he gonna give her a nice matchup. You know what I'm saying? I would be surprised if he didn't.
Yeah.
Casey O'Neill.
Tune up. Yeah, man. Casey O'Neill will definitely get cut after that.
Oh man.
Can you imagine? Man, them CompuBox scores gonna be off the charts.
If it goes that far. That's all it take, man. Like I said, that power is crazy now, but I can't say she.
Casey O'Neill got hit with 115 jabs. But yeah, this man, WMMA is hot, ain't it?
Man, it's getting crazy right now, man. And we still got this Pena. I don't care what people say, man. This Pena Caleb fight is gonna be crazy, man. They've been promoting it, so.
It's gonna be awesome.
How y'all see that fight going, man?
Oh, man, I really want to see Pena dog it out with Kayla. I want to see her draw some blood on Kayla, and I want to see how she reacts.
Yeah.
Really with this one, man, like I'm not really as I am hyped to watch the fight. This is one I can really enjoy. I can enjoy this one without feeling so tense. You know what I mean? Like past couple fights, like the Silva fight, the Manon fight, it was one of them ones where you watched them for a long time and you're like, oh man, I want to see this and this. But this one's kind of a chill one where I'll just watch it open-minded, you know? So I think whoever wins is going to be the one that, you know, really is going to have earned it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think that Pena's, I don't really think Pena's, she ain't underestimating Kayla.
No, she not.
You know, even with her limited skill, she still like keeps trying. So I think she'll make it as interesting as she can for however long it lasts.
I will say that I think Kayla has more of a chance of dominating Pena than Pena has of dominating her.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good fight. My thing is also, I do want to see Amanda come back. If Pena wins this fight, I don't think Amanda comes back. She doesn't have anything to prove against Pena. It doesn't really matter how much Pena calls for the fight. I don't think Amanda would come back for that particular fight. I think she'd stay retired. So in my heart, I kind of want to see Kayla win. And I kind of got like a vendetta against Kayla, kind of like Amanda does too. All of the stuff that was going on at ATT. I kind of want to, I want Nunes to run them hands on Kayla, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And like everybody knows that's the fight Nunes really wants. She don't, you know.
MMA Guru said that. Yeah, MMA Guru said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you know why I know Silva's really good, because MMA Guru says good shit. Good stuff about her. because that guy freaking hates women's MMA with a passion. So if he think a female fighter good, you know something's being done right.
Man,
that goes for Ditcheva as well.
Yeah. Wow.
If he's gonna have to mention them. If he got to give them their props. So
yo. Okay, man. Speaking of Silva and Ditcheva, since we got them side by side, how do y'all think that matchup plays out?
That one could be interesting for that one. I think Silva has more of a chance than a grappler does to me. Like that could be like I was saying, I think that for someone to beat Dakota, they have to have like a great grasp on striking, and they have to have that element of surprise, kind of how like Rose beat Joanna. And I think Silva would be that one to have that versus like somebody that grapples right now, because I don't really see too many grapplers in the UFC, to be honest, like controlling her yet. Like Aaron and Jasmine will probably be the only ones, but man, like they're gonna come out feeling something, you know. But I think Natalia's got the perfect mix of like timing and speed to stay away from the power and take power away, you know, and surprise her, you know. So that would really
my thing is what also worries me about Silva too is that she hasn't really fought any tall fighters that know how to fight tall yet.
Yeah, and we got a lack of that.
Yeah, Silva is short, so we haven't seen her tested against somebody tall that knows how to use that range. I think that would be difficult for her. So, so like y'all said, man, Silva, like that's why I can't even get mad at BJ, man, because like Silva doing her thing, but like she still got some stuff to prove, you know.
Yeah, man.
BJ putting that little work on you, man. BJ got you thinking, right?
I mean, man, listen, you know, I'm always thinking about it anyway.
Oh yeah,
but, you know, yeah, man. Even though I'm on this train, I said like if it crash, I'm gonna crash with it, you know. But at the same time, man, I'm not gonna be delusional with it. Like the flaw I told you about, man. If I'd have really, you know, wanted to be delusional, man, I'd have been like, man, she has no flaw. She's perfect, but she's not, you know.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's every fighter. Ain't no fighter perfect. Val ain't perfect. Yeah, man. If you want to strive for perfection, I mean, you ain't far off from it when you talking about those three.
Right.
Between Manon, Val, and Silva, I don't know who's beating those three.
Yeah.
Outside of those three.
Right.
I think we already know, okay, Valentina's on her level, but like, I think there's a few things that Natalia and Manon, if they tweak, they could be considered complete fighters, you know? And I think it just comes with like going back and, you know, just being humble enough to work on them, you know, and say, oh, I need this skill set, because I don't think Silva or Manon at this point, they'll ever catch up to Valentina as far as being complete, but they could tweak what they have to beat her, if that makes sense. You know,
makes perfect sense.
Yeah, because that's how you like. Nobody, no contender comes up with complete skills to beat the champion. You know,
right?
They craft their style to beat that person. Like when Tarver, he wasn't the best fighter in the world. He beat Roy Jones.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
Dude, me and you think just alike, because I was just thinking about that, man.
Exactly, yeah. and you saw how he looked, right? Easy, like you saw how he made Roy look in that first fight. Roy was really uncomfortable.
Because when you really think about it, you know what I'm saying? Roy probably gonna win that fight 7 out of 10 times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the thing, you know what? Like everything I was saying, like Valentina you need to do to Valentina. Is like what Tarver did to Roy. He made him uncomfortable.
Hey, Combo, you got any excuses tonight, Valentina?
Oh man. See, he got in his head, man. He got in his head. Like, he got in his head. And that, oh, man, that was like the perfect opening to the perfect end of a fight, man. Like, wow.
Hey,
wow.
but listen, Silva putting it out there. Did you hear her her interview in the cage, man, after the fight? She say that belt gonna look really good on her, man.
Uh-oh.
I agree.
And she also said this. She was like, it's about time Valentina learned who I am after that Grasso fight.
See, now I didn't like that. Because Valentina already got this fire lit under her. Why you gonna say some stupid stuff like that, man? Shut up,
man. I look, as far as I'm concerned, combo, you have Manon, and now you know what I'm saying. I got Silva, where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all up front, like I'm picking her to beat Val. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I'm just like you rock with Manon combo. I'm gonna rock with Silva until she fight Val.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pick her, and I'm gonna be like, look, I feel like it's gonna.
Well,
I
always rock with both of these girls because they was both in my threats as far as getting to the top. I said it's gonna be Manon. Between me and BJ's threats, I had her, Manon in my first group, and then Natalia in my second group. So
what about that other Silva? You done gave up on that other Silva, hadn't you?
Oh man, like I think somebody asked me, they was like, "Who you think which Silva gonna make it first?" I was like, no, I think Natalia Silva's gonna make it first.
Yeah,
I ain't give up on Kareem, man. I think Kareem just needs some work. Like I think Kareem will get there, but she just didn't have a style like Natalia Silva to kind of blast through girls and one side people. She's more of a like a work in progress. You know what I mean? Like she's like a on the job training type of fighter. And it ain't bad. It ain't bad at all. Like she's she's a grappler. So I think when you got a lot of girls that grapple, you meeting somebody in the middle, which gives you more of a chance. Where Silva ain't necessarily meeting you in the middle. She's owning it. She's taking over the whole cage and using cage generalship versus just ground time. So whenever Silva fought Arujo, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a tough fight. And hey, she kind of played into some of Silva's game, Arujo's game, man. Whereas Natalia Silva dropped her in one round. You know what I mean? She dropped her in one round and then just kind of outspeed and outworked her. So that's kind of how you can measure them. They both fought Arujo, and it's just like that kind of tells you, okay, this person's gonna make it first.
Man, I'm gonna go back and watch this Silva and Grasso fight, man, because I'm gonna count how many times Grasso got hit with that check hook, man.
Oh wow!
I'm like,
count how many times Grasso missed with the jab though.
Yeah,
because I know that Grasso caught her with the jab a couple times, but it's not like Silva was just getting hit with that all night. Like she was able to avoid most of those jabs.
Yeah.
If you watch it in slow motion, like you could see each individual exchange, like. She might have got her with 20-30% of her jabs, if that.
You know what it really reminded me of, combo.
What's that?
With that time Floyd and Canelo fought.
Oh yeah. Canelo could not find him, man. He was. Canelo could not find him, man. He was getting hit every. Canelo was frustrated,
man.
Y'all think Silva could be the Mayweather of WMMA without the personality?
Man, it's a possibility, man. Look, if she gets past Val, man, the sky's the limit. And I want her to fight. I kind of want her to fight Val now because, like, if she beat her, and let's just say she dominates Val, I don't want people to say, well, oh, it's because Val old and all of that stuff. She got old.
Man,
people gonna have that excuse.
Who was that they did that with? It was excuse after excuse. This person kept beating people.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it was Aaron. They're like, she beat such and such. Oh, this excuse. She beat that person. This excuse. And then she beat Tyler. It was another excuse.
Right.
Like, they did the same thing to Aaron. They're gonna. Now they're starting to say, oh, she just runs and kicks.
Yeah.
So then if she beat Val, oh, Val's past her prime.
Right.
And then she beats Weili. Oh, Weili's too small.
Right.
MMA fans.
Hey, it ain't
people
gonna be, man,
people, dog.
Man, she gonna mollywop Weili. I don't even want to talk about Weili at 125.
Nah,
it's sacrilege.
You know, Weili 125, man, like she
gonna get ran up out of there. Just say it, come.
Yeah, she could do her one fight, her little super fight, and that's it. But like, she ain't built for 125.
Man, Valentina might beat her so bad she might not want to go back to 115.
I'm telling you, man, that jab alone, man, like, can Weili deal with that thing, man?
Man,
because Val done dealt with all walks of life in MMA and strengths, man. Like from Amanda Nunes to now Manon, from Tyler Santos. Weili's just been in the strawweight division. And that, that's no knock. I'm just saying, like, Val's been around. Val's been around so many different weight classes and body types. Weili want to take this as a first fight against somebody who owns this division. Hey, I give her props. I know she wanted this super fight bad, but hey, man, this is like, go ahead, your girl, go ahead and get it. Ain't anybody hating, but
I mean, let it be known, everyone has a chance,
Yeah, everybody got a chance,
yeah. Hey, Val could go in like 60% halfway injured, or you could slip and then catch a head kick. I'm not saying she has to win by accident, but I'm just saying, like, that's why fighting's so great.
I think Valentina, she didn't do what she was supposed to do and finish Manon, man. Like, realistically, like, if she fights Weili and she dominates Weili, she should finish Weili. Weili's a much smaller fighter. You know what I'm saying? I want Val to headline a pay-per-view before she retire, man. That's why I wanted her to knock Manon out so bad. So she can get rid of that stain on her name,
Oh man, no, like I just maybe I think she would come prepared to finish Weili for that though. I think she would. I think that's a different story, because it's like on that level, when it's there, I think she's going to take it just because so much rides on that one. I think she would just. Well, Gigi said Weili's the favorite versus Valentina. Is she?
What?
Or are you just saying? He probably just saying.
Man, let me ask you this: if she does do the super fight with Weili and she beats Weili, do you see her retiring?
Valentina?
I don't. Yeah.
If she lost.
If she wins.
Oh, if she wins. No.
You think she would want to fight Silva before she retires?
Yeah, I think she would keep going.
Man, I don't even think Val knows the meaning of retire, honestly.
Probably not.
She shuts that down every time they ask her about it.
Yeah.
I think Weili got a chance. I'm just thinking of the logic of the situation. Like,
Gigi says she's not have a chance as well. No, she's got a chance. Got a chance, man. Like, everybody has a chance, but the thing is like,
I just don't want Valentina to turn into B-Hop, man. Be fighting when she's 50
and get knocked out of the cage somehow.
Like, I feel like the speed is slightly in Val's favor, and then if you're talking about the strength, in Val's favor, experience in Val's favor,
size,
and then just the overall skill. Because Weili, the thing about Weili is her wrestling game just got to what it is, right?
Right.
And then, but Val has been taking every girl down since like what, 2015?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, it's
She surprised me when she submitted Pena, because I actually picked Pena in that fight.
I did too. That's like one of the times I picked against Valentina. That fight, and I picked Holly because I was a Holly fan, but like that was the one I seriously picked Pena to win.
Yeah.
But like as soon as she figured her out, man, and then got that submission by the end of the second round, I was like, dang, I was like, okay, I see you now,
Yeah.
So
I mean, Weili is probably a favorite because she has such a huge fan base. I mean,
Yeah.
that it probably got pushed towards. I don't know if it opened that way, but the thing is, I mean, we can't really put too much into that. I mean,
right.
Val was the underdog, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, man, I have no idea why they made
I
Val an
mean,
underdog for that
Pena
Madonna.
was the biggest underdog in women's history to win a fight, practically. I
Man.
mean, you know, Oz can only do so much. You know what I mean? I mean, Weili is an amazing fighter, and I wouldn't be like shocked if she beat Valentina.
I would.
It could just be like a single exchange that you know what I'm saying? Like 90% of the exchanges that Val is in, she's probably gonna get the better of it, right? It could be one of those 10% of the exchanges that she doesn't get the better of, and Weili gets her with a really good shot, game changing. Like there's a million and one ways that the fight could happen. Like Val could make a mistake and go for that stupid head and arm toss. Like I mean, there's a million and one ways that Weili could win that fight.
Shoot, Weili could catch her with that spinning back fist she caught Joanna with, man. That was nasty.
Oh yeah. She
man, I didn't even see that one coming.
Yeah. And a couple of them like chest kicks that sent her flying across the stage, man. Val was on her Street Fighter in that fight, man.
I don't know about everybody else, but I feel that way. He said, "We know you don't feel that way deep down." Like I know how sports work,
right?
And with sports, there ain't no guarantees. There's no guarantee anywhere.
No,
there's no guarantee in that Caleb Pena fight. There's no guarantee. It's just, especially in the fight game, man. Like that's why if they book that Weili Valentina fight, it's not like I'm gonna be like, oh well, I don't gotta watch that. Hell no, I'll be watching that because who knows what's gonna happen, man. So you know, like I have who I would prefer to win, and I got what I think might happen, but that don't mean nothing to reality because the reality is it's a fight, and anything can happen in that fight, and that's what makes it exciting. And that's why it's great to be a freaking WMMA fan and just an MMA fan in general, as opposed to an NBA fan or a football fan or it like all it takes is one shot, one slip up. You're caught in a submission. You caught with a shot, like, and it's just that's it.
Yeah,
that's all across the board, men, women. Like this is, in my personal opinion, the greatest sport in existence, and I feel like and selfishly, I feel like the only people that even come close to competing that I slightly side with in regards to the toughest people on the planet is pro wrestlers. That's it. Other than that, these is like legit the toughest people on planet Earth is fighters, in my opinion. And then this sport, man, I just feel like it's the greatest in the world, just in general, and just because of that aspect. Like, that's just me.
Man, if I could predict fights all the time, I definitely probably would be watching them, you know?
Yeah.
Right. That's what made all these fights exciting is like, you know, I got to tune in because I don't know who I can have my pick, but I can have my favorite fighter. But even those are different sometimes. Like I could say this is my favorite, but deep down, you know what might happen, right? So it's like I still got to tune in to see it. But if it was like, oh man, this person, I know they don't belong in there. I know what's going to happen. Like, what fun is that of watching, right?
Right.
You know, so like I know that there could always be a chance that Weili could do something, but once we look at these different, you know, we just match them up, experience and stats. It's like, oh wow, like, do you really want to think that way? Like, you really think she's the favorite? You know, like, come on, like, what are we basing this off of?
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, man, I would really love to see Weili try to break Joanna's strawweight record. You know, I would love to see that because I think she would tie if she beat Werner, right?
I think so.
Because she beat Carla for the belt, then she beat Lemos, Jan
and Suarez.
And Suarez,
So this would be 4. Oh, okay. This would be number 4. Dang.
She got 4 total,
How
then,
many?
right?
How many did
3 in
Joanna
the
have?
current.
3 in the current and 1 in the last one.
Okay.
What did he say? Oh, wait a minute, stamina. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. There he's talking about Silva. Yeah, I do like what's going on with flyweight. So, I just looking at this top 5 right now. I think that any way how you mix it up right now with Manon coming off her loss, or Grasso, that should be good. And now that you throwing Jasmine in the mix,
Yeah, man.
yeah,
Jasmine finna get it in.
yeah, Jasmine, she ready now, man. Like, I think, yeah, she's gonna be calling for that. She's gonna be watching that Aaron Mason.
But I hope. Listen, Jasmine. I hope she got a good head on her shoulders, and she don't really take that what she did to Andrade to heart that much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Please don't think it's gonna be that easy going forward, Jazz.
No, it's not. Because if anything, not to be like so like nitpicky, but like, is that her hardest? Was that her last hardest opponent that she beat?
Man,
let's see. Myra Buena Silva, Lipsky. I know what Fatima Klein, that was kind of a give me, but Lipsky and Myra Buena Silva, would you consider them harder than Andrade?
Maybe Lipsky.
Okay, I was going to say Myra Buena Silva, because Myra Buena Silva did do her little run at 135, right?
You know what I was really amazed at though from Jasmine is how she didn't let Andrade just come right in and bull rush her. Man, she put that jab and that right hand on Andrade a couple of times, and Andrade was like, "Whoa, I can't run in there like I used to."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she really fought tall, man, and just Andrade couldn't do nothing. She earned that respect. That's what I like.
Yeah, man. When I saw that, I was like, Andrade's days might be doing mm-hmm. or short night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Andrade is
how many people can we say backs Andrade up? Not many.
No, like even some of the people that beat her, they didn't back her up like that.
Right.
So, yeah. They should have just let her and Rose fight.
Andrade, she'll take 5 to get 1.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Oh man, that's funny.
All right, fellas. Well, it's been a good live, man. Was there anything else y'all had on y'all mind about what's coming up, or anything else about these fighters, man, that we witnessed put on some big wins this weekend? I mean, Bullet, Silva. I mean, it's pretty much on lock with them as far as the best.
Oh yeah.
The top girls at flyweight. Top 2. I mean, Grasso, I'd say, yeah, she is probably the one more in question.
Mm-hmm.
Manon, I think that to me she still beats a lot of the other girls, but don't be surprised if some of these other girls were watching though.
Oh yeah.
They were watching, so they're probably wondering what they could do themselves. So it won't necessarily be like that easy.
Yeah, I think Grasso need a break. I think she just need to not fight for a while, regroup, because like she done had a hard run. she done had a hard run, and then dealing with this injury too. I think she just need a break, man. It ain't nothing wrong with taking a little break.
No, I think winning that belt, man, it just shot her to the top so fast.
Yeah. And she wasn't ready for it, man.
Yeah, she can't breathe, man. Oof, man. So,
Grasso era.
Hey, Grasso era. And I just I'd be honest too, man. Like anybody else that earns the title shot will have earned the title shot, but that don't mean they getting the title outside of like Natalia Silva's chances. Like
I love Aaron. I love Aaron Blanchfield, man. I think she's great for the game, but man, like when your defense is so leaky, man, like I'm just seeing what Val was doing with one hand, man. Like, you can't have leaky defense. And then Natalia Silva against Grasso. Grasso's a boxer, but look how leaky her defense was, man.
Right.
So
and Silva, she got a chance to sit out. That's why I say, man, let Weili and Valentina fight. You know what I'm saying? Silva, she can sit back. Man, ain't nobody jumping the line against her.
No, she's comfortable right now. No, ain't nobody else ready for it. So she's ready.
Yeah.
You know, let them do their thing. And if need be, if she get hungry, there's the Aaron and Macy winner.
Yeah, let Valentina let Valentina get her free meal and Weili, and then we can get back to business.
I don't even want to do all that, man. Let Weili fight the rightful #1 contender at strawweight, the one that's put in the work, the one that's beat her last 2 opponents more convincingly, more dominant than Weili. What are we doing, man? Like, we don't need to see either of them lose. Like, it's practically a guarantee we see one of them lose. Why we got to see that when they have other people to fight? Like,
yeah, I definitely don't want to see Valentina lose, man, because I want Silva to run them hands on her.
Yeah, like that fight does like me as a hardcore fan, where you got these divisions just going at it. Hardcore, like the super fight is just there because I know that's what Valentina wants. Like, this might be her only chance at a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You know, and I think after all she's done for the game and the sport, I think she deserves a pay-per-view, you know? It's like I said in my other video, man, it's like she's been doing all these movies and they ain't had a hit, but now, you know, now she got a guaranteed Oscar right here, man. You know, let her get her blockbuster hit, you know. So
I mean, if our respective champions are as dominant as we believe they are, then they shouldn't have no problem clearing out these last few contenders. That way they can get down to their business that they want. I'm just saying, like, but I honestly, it's just like the automatic rematch thing. Like the automatic rematch for champions is like 10, right? Like based on how much I dislike it. The champ chasing that super fight thing, that's like a 7. Yeah. So it's like right up there. I'm not a fan of it.
I agree with you on that, man. Like if somebody comes in and whoops the champion, bro, you don't get no automatic rematch just because you were so done. Man, you got the brakes beat off you. You don't get no automatic rematch. I do agree with you on that.
Right.
Because
like,
it's like
in and you just dismantle the champion and they get an automatic rematch. Nah, man.
Yeah, it's like, to me, what's the whole point of it being a championship, right? Because like the championship is supposed to be something that's coveted. Like, it's like you got to work hard to earn that belt, and then it's like, oh, I defended it 3 times, so now you got to beat me twice for this. Like, what does that sound like? Like that sound crazy to me.
And boxing real bad for it. Automatic rematch clause. Man, come on, bro.
And if you so great of a champion, you don't need stuff like that, man. As far as I'm concerned, like. I don't know, but
I see. Hey, Cabo, I see Errol Spence ain't took his automatic rematch.
Man, it's been going on 2 years, man. Dude, hey, somebody been telling him right though.
Errol Spence still healing, ain't he?
Hey, man, he is doing something, man. Hey, he ain't even fought another fight since then. So, man, that was crazy, bro. Whew.
Yeah, I know everybody want the Weili fight, but I'm out of respect for Verna, Silva, and between Aaron and Macy, like, why we gonna make them wait? All for a money grab. I mean, it's enough politics in UFC as it is. We don't gotta. I mean, because I don't know. I just think it's just gonna be more waiting for the matchups that are more like ingrained in the actual division as opposed to this one-time thing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is basically a one-time deal because she doesn't necessarily want to even stay at 125. You feel me? So
no, she don't.
We're gonna hold up our consistent fighters at these divisions to appease a temporary situation. Just like I just can't get behind it. Like, don't get me wrong, it'll be a wonderful fight. I'll love it. I'll be watching it. I'll be pissed that Werner and ain't getting a shot, but I'm gonna enjoy the fight. It's just let the contenders get their shot. Because I don't want to go through the Grasso Shevchenko thing again. What if it's
no?
What if we get that's the possibilities when you do this champ stuff and you just insert someone all of a sudden because you know they're going to possibly want to give Valentina a rematch. So now we gotta do Weili.
What if it's a good fight and it's close? Here we go with a second fight.
It's just like, like, and now what poor Natalia and freaking Macy and Aaron supposed to do? And even Manon, maybe Manon racks up 2 wins and gets her way back, and now she gotta wait. Like, everybody gotta wait.
But we keep talking about the fans in the UFC though, but really the one to point the finger at is the strawweight champion. She's the one that asked for it.
Right.
So because I think Weili wants it more than Valentina does. I think Valentina would be fine with moving on, and because she said it, like when she beat Grasso, she was like, "It's time to put in work again." She was like, "Time to go back to work," because she was like, "I'm gonna make these title defenses." She didn't say, "Well, I want Weili." Weili's the one been calling for, and Dana White said, "Whatever Weili wants, I'm gonna give it to her." So she's the one to blame. She's the one, like, and I don't mean that in a bad way, like, oh, like this, she's starting trouble. No, it's like she's the one that wants this fight. Valentina ain't really the one screaming for it here.
And that's what that's what I'm telling you, man, about the UFC and Valentina. Whatever Weili wants, she gets. So you're not even considering what Valentina wants. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm like, man, shoot, that's what Valentina knows. She on the chopping block. That's why she fighting like she fighting.
Right. And that's so strange, man. Like how like why is she on the chopping block? Like she's almost disrespected. Like what's that Cuban boxer's name? Easy Rigondeaux or something. Like Guillermo Rigondeaux. Like they look down on her like, oh, she boring and all. She can't fight, but she like the best skills in the game. But they just don't like. And I think that's what Dana wants to like.
Valentina is narcissistic enough to stick around and keep beating these girls just to screw up Dana's plans.
And low key, she might be, you know what I mean? Because she got something to shoot for. She like, oh, he got this girl trying to come and watch. She always ready, man. Like, and she got to feel some kind of way about that because I almost spoke that line for line when Dana White was like, oh yeah, he was like, yeah, if whatever she wants, he was like, we'll give her that fight. So I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, I was like, ooh.
Valentina, and Valentina ain't gonna turn it down. She fight whoever they line up. So it's not like she's gonna be like, wait a second, Natalia's she's not gonna do that. She gonna just say yes to whoever put in front of her.
Right.
And I tell you this, Valentina's gonna cure her boredom. If she boarded strawweight, she's gonna have her boredom cured when she move up, though.
Oh yeah, man. I just don't see how Weili gonna fare with any of them big girls, man.
No.
That's probably why she like Valentina is like the smallest one there. That's probably why she want to fight Valentina. So
yo.
Oh man.
She said, I better fight Valentina while she got the belt because them other girls big, man.
Right.
How you see Weili fighting somebody like Manon, bro?
Oh boy,
if
man.
Manon don't use her range then, man, you better retire.
Right.
But yeah, man, it was good talking to you, man. Good to hear you combo. Good to chop it up with you two Bs. You too, BJ, if you still here, man. Peace to the chat, man. I'm gonna get out of here, man. Get ready for bed. I gotta get up early in the morning, get ready for work, man. But I love you all.
All right, man. I appreciate you as always, man. Hey, don't be a stranger, like I always say, man. Come on back.
All right, man. Peace.
Later.
Peace.
All right, man. I guess I'm gonna wrap this thing up. I appreciate you coming through, Two Beasts, man. Like I said, they always come through anytime you got something to speak on. And hey, links always gonna be dropped, man.
I appreciate you, man. My final thoughts is just Silva's a problem. I don't mind the Weili Valentina fight. I just prefer we get the number one contenders their rightful opportunity first. That's just me. I do think Manon could have won it. I know I'm pretty much alone on that, but I just base it off of the crazy judging that we get with the control time. So,
I'll go back and look at it myself.
Yeah, it's. I was watching the fight because I was rooting for Val and I picked her. And I was mad at the end of that fight. Like, dog, I thought she lost. I'm in my mind prepared for Bruce Buffer to say and knew.
Mm-hmm.
And he said and still. I'm like, what? I was surprised. I don't know, man. Maybe I don't know. But I couldn't have been biased because it's like I was rooting for Val and I was thinking she was losing.
Right.
I don't know, because I guess I overreacted when I saw all of that control time rack up, and I'm just like, I don't know. But well, like I still think Silva is that one. I can't say 100% because she ain't been 5 rounds and all, but I don't think she would have a problem with it. I think her takedown defense would surprise a lot of people. Plus her ground game, because I know it's not like she doesn't work on it. I just feel like she's got something different in regards to like her speed and her movement isn't like any MMA fighter, any female MMA fighter that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think she'll take it to the top. That's just me.
All right. Well, hey, she's definitely one of the best right now. Her streak is hot too now. So hey, it's her time now, So they're just lining them up right now. And I can't complain, man. We got some good fights coming up. And as long as you got these girls putting in work like this, man, we really ain't gonna be bored for a while.
Right.
Really ain't gonna be bored for a while. But on that note, 2B, I'll catch you on the next one, bro.
All right, thank you so much for having me, man, and also enjoy your week off, bro. You deserve that.
Thank you, man. I will. All right, later.
Peace.
All right, y'all. There you have it. We went on a little longer tonight. Shout out to my man BJ. I know he had to dip out, but we will catch y'all on the next one. I'll try to maybe be live one more time this week because next week I'm gonna be out for a while, for some birthday time. But still have a lot of people up in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe on your way out if you're new over here. We do this show every other week, this WMMA mashup, where y'all can just come in and hear us talk about some of your favorite fighters or some of your least favorite fighters. You might not like what we say, but you might like what we say. But whether you do or not, come on back. And on that note, I am out, y'all. Hit that like and subscribe. Peace.